Hello and welcome back to Roll the Bones. My name is Rob, and as ever I'm joined by my wonderful players Mike, Matt and Dom. And we begin by me asking the same question as I always do. What happened previously on Knights of the Apocalypse?
We met the eponymous knights. Well, we didn't meet them. We saw what they were.
Visions.
Witnessed there.
Witness me.
Prophecies.
Only 14 sessions in.
Oh,
Yeah. We're obviously not going in the direction Rob wanted for some time.
First
Nah,
big
you're fine.
key dungeon. Let's avoid that. Let's
You're
just come
fine.
back.
Nowhere near
You're
it.
fine, you're fine.
Yeah.
They've punished us by thrashing us at every opportunity. Not every opportunity, I say that, but regularly.
Thrashed me on a few opportunities, I will say. But yes, last time you arrived at the Sanctum of Sight. What happened when you entered?
So we deciphered the prophecy, or the story of the prophet, the previous session at the end of that. So we delved straight in, and I think the first thing that comes to mind, excuse me if I got this in the wrong order, was upon travelling kind of this aged ruins, was a trap room down in a car, because I don't think we opened all the doors, but the path we did take took us to a trap room and managed to get in there. But Obsidian had recollection of a story of a dwarf getting half his beard burnt off.
Yes.
That's right. From days of yore.
From days of yore.
Before
First
that, though, you actually went directly up and had an entire combat encounter.
Yes.
The
Yes.
You saw a
dryad.
tree, yes.
The dryads.
Visionaries Dryad as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've got Simpson Mackay in the chat. Hi.
Welcome. The glorious
Mwah.
Watching live.
Lord Mackay watching
Just
live.
mwah. He's caught up now.
As he caught up. So, yes, you discovered an auger tree, which I believe Silasta remembered was the thing that is where Visionary's root comes from. A powerful, addictive substance that some say...
The herb.
Yes. Allows you to see that... Do you notice how I nearly did it and then stopped? That's how good my filter is.
Well done.
But some say that you can see the future when you chew upon this root, but it is highly addictive. And it also was enhancing the attacks of the dryads that you fought.
Yes. Salasta went on a little trip. Just a small one.
Just a small
A wee
one.
trip.
A short
A
excursion.
wee trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little weekend getaway.
But they were dispatched, and Obsidian took a nice bouquet of roots for
Yeah.
future.
That's right.
For future consumption.
Mm-hmm.
Or selling.
Took a wee baggie.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case of it being useful in the future. We don't know it's whether it's actually useful in any way or whether it just kind of messes you up. We don't know.
Yeah.
We need someone who knows about herbs and that sort of thing.
But then, as you rightly said, you passed through a trap, which you got reminded of this similar sounding place involving a dwarf triggering a fire trap, and there was a fire trap that you managed to negotiate
We
around.
did trigger.
It did trigger it, yes. It was quite pleasing.
Yes.
But then Silasta was able to turn a valve that he discovered around the corner, which prevented it from
Wasn't it?
activating again.
I think it was quite a good role, right, that actually gave us that story, because I don't think it's a well-known
Big time. Yeah, it was a good
well-known
roll.
story. I think it was a really good, like, possibly a 20 that got us a bit of insight into the lore of that place, which is lovely, because it relates so well to us. I loved it.
You'd think you'd remember, wouldn't you, that your first dungeon as your original characters, and
Yeah.
mysteriously neither of you able to recall
I mean,
How
dude,
It's been a
memorable.
long time.
it was a long time ago, and
Yeah.
B, we
Lots of
You
You
visionaries
obviously partook
roots.
in the visionary
Well,
route.
lots of visionaries. We were true visionaries back then.
But weirdly, the story became more tuned into Obsidian more than anything. Before Beyond, you found a sarcophagus that had been modulated into an artificer's work desk, as it were.
It was beautiful. It was related to the Shroud, which again, Obsidian didn't know a lot about it. He certainly didn't know details, but he knew that it was a story of a great necromancer who wanted to raise a shit ton of undead, basically. And this was where he studied to do that using the Shroud. I don't remember the name of the necromancer, or whether he knew the name of the necromancer at the time. I didn't write it down.
Dragon Then.
Dragon Then, that's the one. Yes, of course. Now I remember. But yeah, but a lot of it had been cleared out, weirdly, already. Like, this is obviously quite old, and people have probably been through and taken stuff. But there was still a ring there that had been left, suspiciously. A black ring that felt like it would boost necromantic power in some way. But thus far, we are unaware of what it does, because he has used a couple of spells and it's not done anything to them. So maybe something, obviously Dragon Then was specifically about resurrecting the dead, so maybe it's something to do with boosting resurrection in some way, or we don't know. But we took that.
You did,
and moved on.
and Beyond, you were whilst you were musing on wishing to target someone with your new power, you then heard the cry, or the roar rather, of others within the Sanctum of Sight. Who did you discover as you delved deeper into the halls of this place?
The Sons of Gower.
Yeah.
Escor, the Fate Spinner,
Yes.
who was a tricksy git.
Well, he was a tricksy git for as long as he had spin, which, let me tell you, runs out really quickly when you're fighting a whole party. But yeah, it was I enjoyed that.
It had enough to trip us up, though. I mean, it did.
Yeah.
It was very effective against us as a move.
I do like he almost he almost brackened off the side of the
Brackened
cliff
off
and
the
just
side,
ran
yes.
off.
Just sprint
As
off the
opposed
edge
to
and
jumping.
hope you'll jump, but don't.
Just run off the edge.
Yes.
He didn't even get a little hop in there.
But the Chrono Charm, the Chrono Charm of the Fate Weaver was actually the thing that was his salvation there. So he got to re-roll.
Which is a
that.
shame. Again, it was that because Obsidian has never done it, but really wanted to try and question someone after death.
Oh yeah, of course.
An example of which you can see in the trailer for the new and upcoming movie D&D. But yeah, that he could have had a go at that, and he was like, "No, but we're going to kill him and then question him," and then his body fell into a precipice and gutted.
Well, that was the other funny
Try
thing.
it, Bob. Shout. Can we question you? Just shouting down the hole.
Yeah, Ansel, whose power seems to burn with fiery light, just vanquished him in one blast, I believe, actually.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah, it was badass.
It was great.
It was a big hit, wasn't it?
It was a big hit.
It really was.
Then you continued on. You discovered some archives.
Well, we convinced
let one of
Scout to come with us.
the
Briefly.
Correct, yes, that's absolutely right, yes.
He dared not go further, so he's still currently several rooms behind.
Yeah. And we discovered 2 levers behind 2 bookshelves due to some good search.
Good search.
And I don't know, I think there was much else in that room that we found. There were
Some
random
treasure.
bits of information and random bits of lore, but there wasn't anything coherent. Plus, we had no time to stand and research anything in that room. So we sort of thought we would continue on before pulling the levers for safety's sake, and then realised that to continue on we needed to pull the levers. So had to backtrack.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we found the room that we're currently in,
You did.
and then we
Is it a
all kind of
room?
went, "Oh shit!"
Well,
Is it
loading it
yeah?
up now,
Is it sort of
just so it's in
outdoor
front of
arena?
us, yeah. Well,
Yeah, I got that sort of indication, but I may have misunderstood.
the Fate Spinner described this place as the eye of the sanctum, because it is like an open cave that looks out onto the Valley of the Prophets.
I see.
So it is this great open cave with this like sweeping view of the environment you're in, and then a mysterious figure was waiting for you.
Prick was.
Yes. He's been listening in the whole time, the bugger.
The
Well,
same dude that took us to Smacktown.
no, that is not the dude I was
Hey, that
referring.
was a second dude.
That was the second dude.
Oh no! Yeah, that was the second dude. This first dude. Oh yeah, the first dude hadn't wronged us in any way particularly.
Yeah, he was. I can't remember the exact name. The Omen
The
Lord.
Omen Lord. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
I've
Yes.
written down the Omen Lord.
Yep. And the Omen Lord gave you effectively a prophecy, which we won't read out just now, but suffice to say, it mentioned or alluded to the 4 massive reliefs that you found upon these massive pillars of rock in front of you. 2 crescent moons flanking a dark circle, a sword thrust down into water, a star shining on high, and a set of balanced scales. And it alluded to, as we mentioned, the eponymous Knights of the Apocalypse, whose image was beamed in front of you.
Knight of the Apocalypse.
And the Omen Lord kind of said, well, what's done is done now. The prophecy has been said, the omens have been cast before you. But what happens now is effectively up for debate, but will decide the fate of many. But he said, but at the moment you have another pressing concern. And that is when you turned around, and then that's where you saw other dude.
A dickhead.
The guy, the Githyanki, who had come through the bright gate at the end of the first session. Do you remember anything he said before we jump into that moment?
He.
I'll tell you what, that's probably a good way of saying it then. He said, long have I waited here, each minute an eternity, the fate of my people hanging in the balance, dependent on my success. Imagine my surprise when those that battled me when first I arrived are now the first to see the omens, the first to hear the prophecy. I told you when I first faced you, a hunger has driven me here. It seeks to consume my people, and opening that gate to allow them through is the only way to save them. And that is where we leap straight back into this moment in time. We have already rolled initiative.
This is when I was like, if you want to save your people, well, can't we just work it out? Maybe we can help you.
Well, you
But no,
might
he
think
really
that.
wants to. He really wants to do us in. So.
He wants to slap us about again.
He really does.
Whoops.
Initiative has already been rolled, and the Omen Lord, this strange figure that floats there, his cloak swirling around him to reveal sort of an absence of a person, beaming stars are his eyes. And he says, you should heed his words. He states a hunger has driven him here, not ordered him. Do you not see? Its will is absolute, the hunger, and enemy and ally alike will serve its will. The Githyanki leaps forward. He can simply just move diagonally where he is. Because he is leaping straight towards you, Obsidian. What is your armor class? Sorry, flat-footed armor class.
Of course, why not? 14.
He leaps forward to land here. And as he does, he kind of just like a barrel roll kick to strike down at you.
Where was he before? Did he not have to move through Mike's threat range?
You can actually go sidestep, then diagonal, and not enter his threat range.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Just thought I'd check.
That is going to be a hit. So he strikes
Grabbing at
you.
straws, you know.
The impact lets out like a minor kinetic detonation as he strikes you, Obsidian. You first of all take 11 points of non-lethal bludgeoning damage. And I would like you to make a DC 19 Fortitude saving throw.
Oh no.
Now remember, Obsidian.
Sleep, stun, paralysis, poison, or disease.
Say that again, sorry?
Sleep, stun, paralysis, poison, or disease.
Wow.
Oh, he's immune?
No, is it any of those? I'm not actually immune.
Oh.
If it's one of those, you don't have to tell me which it is, but I get a bonus.
Well, I think you probably know what it is. I don't mind telling you. He leaps into the air and immediately attempts to land a stunning fist upon you, or a stunning kick, as it may be.
This feels also familiar.
Jump off a cliff,
18.
quick.
Oh. Sadly, that is just shy of the DC, I'm afraid. So he leaps into the air and just lands down in front of you. What gave you that? Was that headband that you retrieved, Obsidian?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Just a natural thing as a necromancer.
Natural affinity. Remember, you got a headband that allows you to do a concentration check for your fortitude at some point in it, once per day.
I did, didn't I?
But you'll have to do that next time, I'm afraid.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, you just feel the shockwave just rush through you as you just completely stunned by the attack as the Githyanki makes his first move. Ansel.
Good. He's gonna be... Okay, let's try it. I'm going to just move slightly just to get a better shot at him. And then I'm going to throw an Eldritch Blast his way, a sickening blast.
Okay.
So...
Is it subject to spell resistance?
Of course it is.
Make a caster level check.
Fuck. So my caster level is 4. That is pretty shit.
The blast just echoes towards him, and he just knocks it away with Payless spell deflecting skill. Anything else on your turn, Ansel?
I'll try and curse him. That's probably not going to work, but DC 16 will save, and that's not subject.
DC 16 will save. Let's give it a go. The curse echoes towards him. That's an 18 on the die, so he makes it on the roll, unfortunately.
Yeah. What I suspected.
Anything else
that's
on your
it.
turn?
Yeah.
So, Ansel, you fire off your power against him, but nothing quite lands. That is your turn. Obsidian, that is your turn being stunned. Silaster.
Silaster, again, just being like, as this all started. He's going to take a hit on his atomized potion. He's got 2 charges left. It's almost a bit like an inhaler, so he's going to have a quick puff on his inhaler. Just, it's a cure light wounds, so we'll just do that as his.
So it's your
free.
Yeah, it's a free action. You're able to use the atomizer to use the potion.
That's more healthy. Then, as a swift action, I'll drop into my Child of Shadow stance, and then step across I don't get a flanking bonus with a stunned creature, so I'm just going to go in with heavy hitter to begin with. Both hands blade up as the two shadow blades cut across, and he goes. He's aiming high. He's going for the head just to see how he reacts.
Okay.
$22 to hit.
You move to strike him, and his head just jerks around. Those blazing eyes lock onto yours, and as you make the strike, he just brings up a defensive posture and just parries the strike, knocking you back.
Well, damn.
Yeah, you sort of like feel yourself like get pushed back slightly through the dirt as he sort of like answers your attack. The Omen Lord, as we're back to the top of the round, sort of raises his hands, and the 4 images of the Knights of the Apocalypse begin to gleam, different perspective sort of colours emanating around them. A purple around shadow, a red around war, sickly green around magic, and a brilliant golden light from fate. And he says, "It preys upon your desires, ambitions. Do you seek power, prophecy, revenge? These will all serve the purpose of the hunger." The Githyanki is going to fully retaliate against you, Silasta, with a full round of attacks.
Hey.
What is your AC?
21.
First one hits, second one misses.
I'll do 1 mischance against the first one.
Okay.
Not enough.
Third one connects.
I can get a mischance against that one as well. Again, never mind, it hits.
And a fourth.
What?
The fourth one is a miss, so that's 3 hits then as No, 2 hits, sorry, he missed with the second, so 2 hits land against you. He just strikes out, bam, bam, with just a double punch against you. Let's see. Oh, that's dropped. I will re-roll that. Okay, so that is 9 points of non-lethal bludgeoning damage for the first. And 7 points of non-lethal damage for the second. Bludgeoning, of course. He just goes bam, bam, as he flurries of blows, but only 2 of them strike. The other 2, you're able to sort of like defend those.
There we go.
Yeah, that is his turn. Ansel.
Ow.
Fuck. I don't think this. I'm just gonna get in there. I think I'm gonna have to charge him. Because I'm not getting a fucking blast off. So I'll charge.
Yeah,
Which adds
you rush
2 to
in.
my attack, is that right?
Yes, I believe so, but it also diminishes your armor class.
I don't think that's going to be a concern for him anyway. Somehow. Sure, I'm going to hit with this anyway, but 13 is a miss, isn't it?
Yeah, you just swing wildly like as he's struck at Silasta. You just go in with the scythe. I go for him as he ducks beneath the strike. Anything else?
But that wasn't my primary intention. My primary intention was to activate my Dreadful Wrath.
Okay.
So he needs to do a will save DC 17. Just so I've tried all of my things before I...
17, did you say?
17.
That is a failure.
Oh, that's nice. He's shaken.
Wow, so you swing for him and he just manages to get out of the way, but what does he see that makes him shaken as he takes that penalty to his abilities?
I think he must see something that frightens him, mustn't he? So I think he maybe he sees an aspect of the thing that is chasing him here, or perhaps something that is causing the thing to chase him here. I'm not sure because I don't quite know what a Gith would be frightened of, but I suspect it's something to do with that. But nevertheless, none of us can necessarily see it if we.
He gives out a sort of like a hollow roar as you hit him with that Ansel.
He's -2 to attacks, saves, and checks. In case you need a refresh on that.
There we go. That's great. Yeah, he gives this hollow roar, and it's all like you looking dead into his eyes, Ansel, and you just see blazing sort of like white of his eyes, like and within them, it's almost like you see sort of like a reflection of something. And you're well used to observing reflections, Ansel, but you see a reflection of somewhere else. You see a roiling, destructive cloud of energy within his eyes for like a split second as you do that. And he goes, no, I must defy it! Obsidian, you are out of stun. It is your turn.
Well, I suppose I'm gonna do the most sensible thing, I think, at this point in time. As a free action, I will activate my Fear Aura. Actually, don't think I turned it off since the last time I used it anyway.
Oh, right, yeah, well,
fight,
he'll check it then, yeah.
That'll just be on. So DC 18 will.
Shaken does saves as well, right? He's actually passed that, though, regardless. Apologies.
Okay, that's fine. And then, as I come out of the stun, I kind of... there's a sort of build-up to it, and I shake it off, and then just negative energy burst from where I'm stood.
Nice.
Actually, hold on a second.
Nope, what's he got to do for that again?
Will DC 18 for half.
That is a pass. He's taking half then. Wait, does he has improved evasion? Does that mean that he avoids it? If it's a burst,
that's
a reflex save,
reflex
isn't it? Yeah, it's a will save. Forget that then. So it is just he's just taking half.
Half, so half of 15, and we round down to be 7
points of damage.
So I'll take 7 points of damage, negative energy damage.
Yowzers! What does it look like as you come out stun and burst with that attack?
Yeah, I mean, it literally is. I sort of shake it off, come to realize that he's gone straight for me and I'm in trouble, and almost in a panic. There's kind of wide-eyed and it just sort of bursts out of him. I was considering retreating, but actually I don't think I will, because if I retreat, I won't be flanking with Silastra, so that's probably going to be better for Silastra as he goes straight after me. So I'll stay where I am to hold up the flank. Oh, ready with my touch attack.
Very good. You hold your ground and you're watching through your mask, Obsidian. This creature, this individual, this warrior is moving at a speed I don't think you've ever seen anyone fight. And he just is just this pure entity of fluid motion, rage, and hunger. Silastra, it's your turn.
Silastra switches as he moves the shadow from his body into his eyes to gain his assassin stance, and from there he is... No, there's no point in moving, he's changed his stance. He's going to attempt his endgame one for the word go. So, actually no, he's going to go for an insightful strike. As the shadow goes over his eyes, and just for a moment he just tries to relax, trying to gauge this fluid motion and just see if he can find a moment of calm to attack. But 16 will miss, I guess.
Yeah, you just swing another attack, but it's lazy in comparison to his movement right now with a 3. I'm afraid Silaster, like, you make the strike, but he's just ready for you before you've even really thought of the attack. He's waiting there for the block. Bam! Knocks the attack aside. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, the Omen Lord is going to gesture to War. And War seems to raise its gigantic sword above its head, and a ripple of red energy runs across the battlefield. The Gith now goes, and he realizes that he's getting surrounded. He's going to provoke an attack. Or is he? Is he? What is a tumble check to avoid 2 threat ranges? I believe it's...
if there's any passing through, it's more, but I think it's just 17 if he's leaving.
He's leaving and attacking, so that's it then. So it's 17, yeah? Can agree on that. He seems to roll out of the way of... Yeah, he's actually moving out of the way. The most...
That was at -2, wasn't it? I'm sure it was, but just...
No, because he's actually going for you, Silas, Ansel, sorry, so you don't need to make that. It doesn't involve you. He moves around
no, but
here.
it's
his check.
Because he's at -2 to checks. It probably won't make a difference.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, I do. Yeah, no, he still would have made that. That was a fairly sizable roll on his part. And roll he does as well. Actually, he rolls out of the way with his movement, which means he can't do a full round of attacks upon you, Ansel, so he is just going to try and stun you. He wheels around, lifts into the air, and just this stunning kick just soars down upon you. AC?
Which is at -2. 14.
Is a hit. Please make a fortitude saving throw of 19.
Is it a spell-like ability, or is it an extraordinary ability?
I believe, as he's a monk, it's extraordinary. It's not based on magic.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, unfortunately so.
Yeah, didn't make that.
He just leaps into the air. Boom! You're stunned, and the damage... Sorry. 12 points of non-lethal bludgeoning damage just slam down upon you, Ansel. As he leaps into the air, bam, stuns you and lands, and it looks like he's like building up, ready to just annihilate you with a flurry of blows on his next turn, unless something interrupts him, of course. That is the Gith's turn. It is your turn, Ansel. We skip because you're stunned. Obsidian.
Oh, shit, it's me again. Okay. I will. I want to summon. The problem is it's a new thing, and you haven't got a token for it. But I have. I wonder if I can. Can I import tokens from my list? If I do that, will it come up on the screen?
I don't.
You know, you have to send them to Rob directly. I've tried.
Send it to you.
I tried to drop an animated token I own in, and it didn't work.
I don't know how to.
Yeah, I'm not really keen to start going into an email.
No, neither do I. I don't really want to. No, I don't want to do that. I was just wondering if I could bring in my own. So it doesn't matter.
What am I looking
Have
for?
you got a woman, like a woman in a dress? It's a new one, so it's like a rich.
I
Basically,
can
it's a rich.
No, I can use the
countess.
old. If you don't mind me using the old version of the Grieving Widow, because that was just a woman in a black dress.
Perfect.
So I will go get her.
Yeah,
Bear with.
This one is not a skeleton. She appears and she's a big woman, and she's got like a big, rich-looking wig, but her skin is is rotting and half hanging off of her. And she will appear. Well, you place her, and I'll bring her on the thing.
I will. How big, may I ask?
She's only medium. She's on the large side of medium, but I'm pretty sure she's just medium.
Okay.
And just double, triple check. Oh no, she is large, actually. Now I say that.
Okay.
I thought she was only medium, but no, she is large.
Taking me a little while to
But
jump back
in
over, it
realizing
seems.
that he does bludgeoning damage, that would not be good against skeletons. So this time, different type of undead to attempt to overcome some of that.
There we are. Wow, that's a good sweet time.
She's wearing kind of really well done makeup, but one eye is just hanging out on her cheek.
They still got mascara.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the
Absolutely. It hasn't smudged. The eye has come out, but it hasn't smudged any other
There you go.
makeup.
Do you
'cause
see
it's
where she is?
Really well done. I do see where she is.
She's very small.
Do you feel
She's
in
tall.
control?
You can make her like large, then we'll just say that she's...
Huh? I can't make her bigger.
Oh, okay.
I am unable.
We'll
I
just say...
lack the ability.
It's beyond me.
There you go.
There we go.
Do you feel in control?
That.
Do you feel
Yes,
it?
I feel in control. What did I do? I moved her and everything went funny.
So,
There
back
we
to
go.
the action then. He's
So, just
doubling
gonna
up
put
on
her there.
Ansel, and then this mysterious, rotten woman appears behind him.
Horrendous zombie appears, and she has like a fan, and she closes up the fan, and the fan turns into basically it's like a fucking club, and then she just swings this club at it.
Oh my god.
She is flanking, so that's an extra. So she will only get the one hit, unfortunately, with her club.
Okay.
Oh,
no!
Come on, man!
Possibly a fumble.
What is this?
Roll again.
22.
It's a fumble.
It's a fumble. Oh my
I
god!
missed
His
on a 22.
armor class.
Dexterity saving. Reflex saving throw, please, for her.
Oh man, her reflex is 0. 6.
She is going to D4, 1 and a 2. She throws her club fan away. 3 and a 4. She tumbles to the ground. She throws the fan away. It lands in the square next to her. So she won't have to go far to get it, but it will be half the movement to retrieve it. Yeah.
Brain power, to be honest. Being a zombie, I think she'll probably just slam him with her hands, or maybe not. Maybe she'll just screw that up as well. You suck.
Like,
Countess.
you see that the Gith's expression sort of looks back as like a swipe goes his way, and it's sort of like a double take. Like, what? Didn't expect to see a new combatant arrive on his flank there. With Obsidian's
There's gonna be more where
turn,
that came from.
with Obsidian's turn done, Silaster.
Yeah, Silaster's just gonna... He's maintaining his assassin stance. He's gonna take a step there to there, so he's flanking on the diagonal with this
Oh, yeah, she's
zombie.
off to the side, so she is flanking you in the diagonal.
That's fine.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
And then he's gonna go in for a mountain hammer. Here's hoping.
Roll 20 hates us today.
so
Before we even
this-
started, it hated us.
You go in for this strike, and the mountain hammer just sends cracks running through the eye of the sanctum. Yet no trace of your attack landed upon the Githyanki, who sort of stands there with like a sort of a serene look on his face before hunger, it seems, consumes him once again as we move back to the top of the round. The Omen Lord is sort of just still surveying you as you battle. And he says, why he did not destroy you before is now apparent. His hunger is fueled by battle, not death. But that will become harder to resist in time. You see, it's like the Githyanki is desperately like trying to resist something every time he attacks. It's like he's desperately trying to pull his punches into a non-lethal strike rather than a lethal one. And he will attempt to do so again. But he still goes in for a full round of attacks. No one sort of got in the way of him, so it's going to be a full round of attacks on Ansel. AC Ansel?
It's now 16, so Good luck.
First one hits, second one misses.
Oh, okay. I guess that -2 might help slightly.
Yeah. And the others hit. So 3 attacks land upon you, Ansel.
That's
so.
Cool. Good night, sweet prince.
Oh, well, you say that. 10 points for the first one, but then 6 for the second. And then finally,
Okay.
7 points of bludgeoning damage for the third, all non-lethal, as he succeeds on his check to strike at you non-lethally. But it's almost like he's standing in front of a dam that's crumbling, and he's holding back lethality with every breath. That is the Githyanki's turn. Ansel, it's your turn. This rain of attacks land upon you.
Yeah, he's pretty battered by that, but he's still standing. I might try something weird.
Yeah, weird's good.
I think it's pretty much. I'm gonna have to move away, so he's gonna get an attack of opportunity.
He will take it, for he can have many, so he just will.
Yeah.
Oh! Possibly a fumble.
Okay.
What was it again? Was 17 or 16?
16.
That is not a fumble, but it was close to one. He swings for you, but you manage to sort of back away from his strike as you move away from him.
And I am going to do, what would it be? I'm going to attempt to blast the knight here with an Eldritch Blast.
Oh, okay.
Just to see if that does anything, because I don't think I can hit him.
Yeah, by all means.
So on its touch, I know it doesn't really exist, it's imaginary, but 10,
The
which is a very
Eldritch,
poor roll.
the Eldritch Blast soars into it, and a ripple of your Eldritch Blast shocks through the image of Shadow. Those bat-like wings of its steed go wide as something ripples across it, and it appears to resonate with the Githyanki in some way. Would you like to roll your damage, please, for your Eldritch Blast? It won't be subject to any of the sicken of things, but the damage.
Sure. So this is... It's still like the 16th or whatever it was, isn't it? So I've still got the bonus on. 14 damage.
14 damage. Fantastic. The blast lands, and the wraith that is Shadow gives out an unearthly scream as your power lands, and it appears to affect something upon the Githyanki. Kind of staggers for a second, and the aura from around the Shadow appears to dissipate. It still stands there, but the aura is gone.
Interesting. That's all I can do anyway.
Okay. That was Ansel's turn. Obsidian.
So we're going to have the Countess go first. Still flanking.
Yeah.
She this time just tries to claw. Oh my freaking god.
Oh, she's not even got a weapon.
Possibly a fumble. Let's see if it is.
It's a fumble. It's an 18. It was lower than last time. So it's a reflex save. This time it can't be anything else because she hasn't got a weapon in her hand.
It is a reflex save, yeah.
Reflex save is 0.
Okay, DC
So it's
15.
10.
It's a 10. She tumbles to the ground. She's now
She
prone.
was a lot of use. Let's just give her a little snail icon. Yeah, she was great.
She's doing her best, all right? She's doing her best. Leave her alone.
20's doing its best to screw us today.
I honestly, I might
Ones.
suggest we
What
just
with the ones?
get a few rolls out here. If it doesn't improve soon, we will see. Anything
Yeah,
else
we'll
on your
just do a
turn?
spam
Obsidian?
roll.
Yeah.
Carry on. Well, yeah, because that was just her. So
That was
I'm
just
going
her,
to
yeah.
instead. I believe it's going to take a caster level check to even do it, but I need to actually hit with it in the first place. So I
Do a
hold up
caster
my
level
hand, and I open up my hand, and I fire out a black beam of energy towards him. A blackish green sort of energy. Caster level check is just.
Yeah, your level plus a d20.
That would be 18.
Your strike flies out, and where it would have been stopped before, something that Ansel did has weakened the spell resistance around the Githyanki. He turns around
Beautiful.
and a blast just catches him full in the side.
Well,
What happens?
it might if it hits him because it's on range touch.
Range touch.
Don't roll a 1.
20 on his touch armor class.
Is a hit.
Lovely! Okay, so this is a new spell I haven't used, but having looked at the stuff, it can be quite effective. He gets a save. However, the save isn't complete, so it's a partial save. So can he do a fortitude save? And it's level 3, so that's my best one. Fortitude save, DC 20.
Is it enchantment or mind affecting? I don't imagine it is with a fort save.
No, it is not.
Is it to do with disease?
It's just necromancy.
Okay.
It's to do with.
What is the DC he has to make with the fortitude?
20.
-2 with the shaken. He makes it, unfortunately. So the half.
Makes it okay. So, if he hadn't made it, he would be exhausted. He has made it, which means he is only fatigued.
Oh, okay. Well, that's still something.
Fatigued is great because it means he is now an extra -2 to strength and dexterity. Doing anything that would normally cause him to become fatigued would cause him to become exhausted.
-2 to strength and dex.
Gonna stay up all night and.
So it's -2 to strength and -2 to dex. So hopefully that's dropped his armor class a tiny touch.
It's open.
It has.
But anything, I reiterate, that would make him fatigued will now make him exhausted.
Okay, what makes... Oh, right, so if it happens again, gotcha. Right,
If I did it again,
right, gotcha.
even if he
Gotcha.
failed, so I've got to make it work this time. But we'll see.
Yeah, so
but
this is a new
that, I
spell, so what
believe-
is it like as you cast it and half successfully get him?
Yeah, so I think it's kind of a constant beam for a few seconds. I reckon it lasts for about half the round, and there's a kind of blackish green that just sort of it's like it kind of worms his way towards him, like from the proton packs in Ghostbusters.
Nice.
And then it kind of surrounds him a little bit and just saps the energy out of him until he just looks kind of and he wobbles a little bit where he stood and just looks kind of like he has to shake it off, like he's had a rough night.
Like he just gives this animalistic scream as some of his power ebbs away from your attack. Fantastic work. That is Obsidian's turn. Silaster. You watch him stagger
Silaster.
from that.
Or Silaster is he's going to play it safe because his collection of assault maneuvers is drying up. So what he's going to do is he's just going to stand there and just focus on refreshing his maneuvers. That's all he'll do for the round. But he's going to kind of open his arms up and look kind of inviting, like he's dropping his guard, trying to lure the Githyanki to him and not his comrades.
Ooh, okay.
Come on. As I use the turn to get a new set of maneuvers. And that's it.
That's it. Right, we're back to the top of the round, and The Omen Lord is sort of like staring at the visage of Shadow, and then it's like two stars turn to face you, Ansel. And for a moment you feel just illuminated by some distant sight that perceives you across many realms. And you make note of that.
Disconcerting.
The Gith, however, it goes, like, he watches as Silaster, you're sort of like preparing, but he sees you make no move, and his eyes dart to you, Obsidian, who you've just racked him full of this draining power. So he will provoke an attack of opportunity of you, Silaster, and Willie.
The shit widow. No, she's not a shit widow.
17.
She's not a widow. She's a baroness, a countess.
17 at -2.
It's got to be easier. She's on the floor, right?
Less than that now, actually, because he's already lost some decks as well. So that he goes to tumble out of the way, but he rolls really badly, which means Silaster and the rotten summon get an attack of opportunity upon him as he moves towards Obsidian.
Lads, how does it work attacking from the floor again? I don't remember.
-4. You get +4 if you're standing above a prone someone, and -4 if you're lying beneath someone. That's the way to remember it.
Okay, so then
31.
It's just -2 because she is still flanking.
Okay. So,
Wow, she got a 20 this time.
which unfortunately doesn't land, but Silaster, 31.
And slightly better.
That's more like it. You easily strike
There
him
we
as
go.
he moves away. Easily strike him.
Yes,
Do you damage?
There's kind of like a jumping. I've sort of manoeuvred myself, and as he goes to run, I do a quick jumping roundhouse kick, landing back down. And I'm flanking, so there is a bit of sneak attackage going on there. Oh, for a 12 points of damage with that one.
Yep, you strike at him. But I thought, yeah, I mean, it's still a hit. Like, you land it, and he goes, as he, like, rushes across the battlefield. And he sort of slides across the ground. He doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity as he reaches for your touch armor class, Obsidian.
My touch. Oh, this is going to be bad. My touch armor class is 11.
Yeah, I mean, he just basically seizes you. As he slides across the ground, he seizes you, and he, like, basically lifts you, or attempts to lift you into the air. I need you to, well, it's a trip attempt that he's doing against you, so that's an opposed strength or dex, whichever is better.
Oh well. Strength isn't a minus, so let's hope it's going to be dex.
Okay, he gets a bonus
Check
to
out
this,
my
but it
ultimate
is
technique.
also, like, taken down a bit by the negging.
I mean, I can do
man.
2 better than that,
Listen,
and that's it.
I know, and it was really brave and bold of you, but, like, he's just too much. Like, this is what he is good at, and he just rushes towards you and just, like, hurls you to the ground, and as you land, he goes, cha! And just punches you hard in the nose as you land on the ground. With your +4 to his attack. Normal armor class, please, Obsidian.
15.
Yeah, that's a hit. So he just slams you in the face as you hit the ground, doing 12 points of bludgeoning damage. Just BAM! And your head just smacks across the stone floor as, like, he just drives you into the ground, like,
I
non-lethal,
resist some of it,
by the way.
which is lovely. I am resisting some of the damage.
Okay, great.
Still bloody hurts, though.
Hell yeah. He moved, he struck, he knocked you down and struck
My
all in one go,
nose.
so that's his turn. Ansel, your turn.
Well, I'm going to move over here and continue to do weird things. I'm going to attempt to curse the war knight. Just to see if that
Has
does it.
Hansel lost his mind? He lost it completely.
Doing something.
What are you doing?
So it has to...
With a curse, DC 16 will save it, would be, if it was a living, breathing
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Okay, that makes sense. That was just a swift action anyway. So I will. I'll Eldritch Blast.
War.
Well, we could end up with death. I don't want to end up with death. So I might Eldritch Blast death first.
So it's Shadow, War, Magic, and Fate.
Oh. In which case I'll do War. Yeah, I'm obviously mistaken.
Yeah, those are the real, or the real world. Like
The real ones.
Yeah.
Four Horses of the
The
Apocalypse.
real ones.
Not the settings ones.
Yeah.
The real ones.
I'll blast at War then. If that's okay. 13.
13 hits, roll your damage.
Hit War. 18, that's pretty good.
Whoa, that's even more than last time. Same thing happens. You blast into War, and sort of like the shimmering red outline of him sort of like flickers and wanes. There appears to be some kind of fracturing of the power of this place. Okay.
Interesting. And then that's it.
That's it. Okay. Obsidian, you're on the ground. This Githyanki stands over you and looks like he's going to pummel you into the dirt. What do you do?
Well, she will get up to start with.
Oh, of
But
course.
as she's a zombie, it's single actions only, so she stands up. That's all she does.
Oh, yes. Ouch. Yeah.
I will still fire that spell again because it doesn't matter that I'm on the ground. It's just a ray. I can do that, but I will have to do a concentration check to do it defensively, which is 15 plus the level of the spell, which makes it 18. This is a level 3 spell,
Fingers crossed.
so I have to do so many rolls
Yeah,
to get
it's
this
a few,
to work
a few,
again.
few hurdles, unfortunately.
There are a lot of hurdles, so this is the first one. I concentrate the hell out of it.
You concentrate the hell out of it so you don't
Okay.
provoke the attack of opportunity.
I do not. I cast it. I have to do
Cast
spell
level
resistance.
check. Yes.
Piss.
Oh,
Obsidian, you have it lance out, and you feel like the resistance is less. Something that Ansel has done is disrupting the spell resistance, but unfortunately, it just isn't enough to penetrate the power of the gift.
Very, very, very few attempts left at doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, if I stand as my move action, provoke an attack of opportunity,
Yeah, it will.
then
Yeah.
you can just put me back down. No. I don't know. I don't know whether I should stand or not. What's better? Because if I stay on the floor, he gets the +4, so he can almost definitely hit me. And he gets a full round. Whereas if I stand, he gets an attack of opportunity, and then he has to do a trip, so I had only
Would
2
you
attacks.
like to do a? You can give me a wisdom save or any kind of sense motive, Obsidian, to sort of like learn like a pattern of his at all that might help you make that decision.
Yeah, I mean, what have I got in sense motive? Sense motive would just be wisdom anyway, and that's only
Yeah,
+1.
just
so-
give us a wisdom roll. there.
13, so...
Nah, you know that whatever he's been doing, it's rare that he's gonna, you know, like it's been pretty effective. So like you're pretty sure that it doesn't really matter what you do, he's gonna hit you. Really
No,
hard.
but it's... If I just stay on the floor, he gets a full round of attack at the -4 for me. Full round of attack, we know, is at least 3 attacks. If I stand, he gets an attack of opportunity and the trip and a hit, so it's 2 attacks. So
Yeah.
I'll stand,
assuming that he trips you again.
assuming that he trips me. again.
Otherwise,
Why
he
not?
just gets an extra attack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
so I'm gonna stand.
I don't know if he
Eliminates
can,
one
to
hit.
be honest. I'm just gonna say it. He watches you stand like I don't think he's gonna trip block you. He watches you rise up, and he will take the attack of opportunity. He'll just wheel about and land a resounding strike, quite easily. For 9 points of bludgeoning damage. So you stand and BAM! Like another strike just rains down upon you. Boom! Small seismic blast erupts around this punch as he just smacks you. You feel your mask crack from the impact. Anything else on your turn, Obsidian?
I'm just holding up against that damage. I'm doing all right, actually, against damage. No, I'm fine. That's me. Can't do anything else.
Silaster, it's your turn.
Oh. Well, Silaster is he's going to do a charge attack. Actually, no, you can't combine the maneuvers. He's just going to do a maneuver. So he's going to run in into the flank because Obsidian can still act. You stood. You're not on the floor, so I get the flank anyway. And as he's running, he just gets
another reason that was the right choice.
I could still get it if you're on the floor. If you're stunned, no. But on the floor, you can still flank. But as he's running, these two blades of shadow come out of both his hands as he goes for a cross cut across him.
Okay.
Do you want to hit all this combat?
Is that including the flank as well?
One. That is including the flank. I've hit once this entire combat.
Ouch.
Telling you, roll 20's being a bitch today.
Yeah, you rush in.
It's just not doing well, man.
He sees you coming, and it's not a kick or a punch that like does damage, but it's one that just pushes you away. Like you going for the strike, and he just knocks you back. Just like, is that all you have? That's the look. The look that he gives you. Is that all you have? Anything else on your turn?
That's all I can do.
The Omen Lord continues talking, and he says, I wonder what burns within each of your hearts. I wonder what it will find. Will it be a search for power? The Gith. Yeah, once again, Silaster has come in and gone for him, but unfortunately, I mean, at this stage, I feel bad for him continually going for Obsidian, but at the moment, Obsidian is the only one doing anything to him, so...
That's right.
He views you as the threat, I'm afraid, Obsidian.
Well, still 15.
Full round of attacks.
Unless he wants to go for my touch, in which case...
Nay.
It's 11. No, he's gonna... Nice, good, lovely. So happy.
A miss with the second.
Oh my god, he missed me once!
Because it's possibly a fumble. Oh. Not a fumble, so a miss.
Which means he can still have...
Third and fourth.
Third and fourth? Oh, fuck, there's a fourth!
Oh yeah, he's got flurry, man. Bam, bam, bam! The other three collide into you, Obsidian.
Oh my god.
Let's see.
It's okay, it's okay.
First one.
Okay. I'm sure I'm fine.
10 points of bludgeoning.
Hold on. I need a calculator.
So 10 points of bludgeoning. 11
How many
points.
hits is it all together?
3.
4.
So 10. I'm doing them individually. So 10 was the first one. 11 was the second, and then the third, because the other one missed. He's rolling really well. I am deducting the strength that you've taken off him with these, by the way. 8 for the last.
That's okay.
Bam, bam, bam! Like he's just driving back into the Obsidian, blow after blow, just crunching into your defenses. You feel something crack in your side as you can feel your power is slowing him down, but is it enough? Do you have time? All of these things rush through your mind as we move on to Ansel's turn.
Ansel's gonna take
Keep going
another crack at these things. I'm gonna attempt a Eldritch Blast at magic.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast at magic. 15 to hit.
Yeah, the blast just bursts into the image. Please roll your damage.
15.
15 points.
Then on the off chance, because Fate is the only one that might be susceptible to a curse, because that sort of makes sense, I'm going to try and curse Fate.
Nothing seems to happen when you try and curse Fate, oddly and ironically.
Yeah.
But the image or the aura around magic seems to fracture and dissipate. And you watch once again as the Githyanki stumble as some other defensive power around him being removed.
And then I'm going to take a moderate wounds potion because I forgot how unhealthy I was. So 2d8 plus 10, isn't it?
Moderate wounds is 2d8 plus 10. Yes, that's correct.
Okay. That's not great, but not really.
It'll serve.
Exactly, it's my turn.
Fantastic. Obsidian, it's your turn. The Githyanki bears down upon you.
Well, what I was going to do was brutal, but I think another full round could finish me off.
He's
Might
gunning
not,
for you right now, he's full on gunning for you.
So I think I'm better off healing myself. But he's gonna get an attack of opportunity if I do it. Unless I just cast defensively. Yeah, I'm going to cast defensively, which is 15 plus the level of the spell, so 17 this time because it's slightly less.
DC 17.
So close.
Close, good.
So close, but he does it. I
like to
cast
see it.
inflict moderate wounds upon myself.
Nice.
And I get 14 hit points back. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So she will move to there, but she can only move, and that's my turn.
You see his eyes flash with a bright fury, and as you cast inflict wounds upon yourself, and he says, "Desecration!" Silaster, it's your turn.
Silaster just takes a moment as voices just run through his head of his mentor saying, just remember your training, focus, concentrate, as he's desperately trying to cling on to something as he's struggling, and he just goes in his mind as he goes to one of his assassination techniques. So he drops into his cloak of shadows, takes a few steps back to there whilst invisible, and then, because that's a swift action, a move from here, cloak of deception, he then uses his shadow garrote as he pulls forth this strand of shadows and throws it as a ranged touch.
Ooh, okay, yeah, so you draw forth the Shadow Garrote, casting it towards him.
Oh, for God's sakes! 14 on his touch!
So unlucky. So unlucky.
Yeah, it's...
Never mind.
Keep the faith, man. Keep the faith.
Right, okay, we're back to the top of the round, and the Omen Lord will sort of look down upon you once again, and Silaster, you feel his gaze turn to you.
I'm invisible.
Yeah, you feel his gaze turn to you. And,
Nevertheless.
And he says, is this truly what stands in our way? This is it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. We tried to be better before we got here. As far as we got.
We did our best.
The Gith will turn around, and once again, I'm going to roll this time. I think it's only fair.
Nah, man, don't.
No.
It's fine.
But you're the only person
He's run away. I'm right next to him. I'm damaging him. It's fine. It's not a problem.
Yeah, I just don't want you to think
I
that
I can take it.
All right, okay, all right. A full round of attacks against you then.
Play it the way you're gonna play it. It's all good.
Okay,
Do
first
not
one.
try to spare my feelings.
Is a hit. Is a hit. Is a hit. Is a hit. He lands all four. All four, baby. Now, bear in mind, he has got a reduction to his strength, so that's still something. Okay.
You can do them individually, you can do the whole lot, and I'll just take off 4 times my damage reduction. It's up to you.
Am I going to use a dice roller? I'm going to, just for speed, actually. Maybe I'll roll more
That
poorly.
many dice.
Well, it's just because my brain... 41 points of bludgeoning damage in total.
41.
Holy shit.
As he lands each attack. Bam, bam! Bam, bam!
I am on 0. I thought my damage reduction, because I'd healed as well, and that was more than half of my hit points.
It is non-lethal, though.
It is not lethal, yeah. But regardless, you drop to the ground. 0
matter,
means you are
0.
disabled, so you are knocked to the ground. The wind taken out of you. You feel bones crack in your chest, in your jaw, as he drives attack after attack down against you. The last one, you maybe try and get at one last time, and BAM! Like he just rains down an elbow down on your collarbone, and you just hear
Sorry,
a crunch,
boys. It's on you.
crunch, and you just collapse to the ground on perfect 0. A valiant attempt, Obsidian.
I really
Still
thought
act. You can
I
still
was
act.
taking a full 16 points off of that with my damage reduction. And it still did over half of my hit points.
You can still act.
He just rains the attacks down upon you. That is the Githyanki's turn. Ansel, you watch as Obsidian falls to the ground. Your turn.
I'm going to finish what I was doing. I've kind of got to. I'm going to throw an Eldritch Blast at Fate.
Yeah, by all means.
24 to hit.
BAM! Roll your damage.
16 points of damage, so 1 more than last time.
Amazing. The power around Fate ripples, and the resistance surrounding the Githyanki zoom, dissipates entirely. And he goes, whoom, like turning around as like Obsidian like collapses to the ground. It's like when Darth Maul takes out Qui-Gon and then whoom, like turns around, ready and waiting. Like that's what you see, Silaster, as the Gith turns its full focus to you. Ansel, that was his turn. Obsidian, it's your turn. You're on 0 now. If you do anything, it's a save, right?
I've looked. It's not a save. No, if I do anything that is considered strenuous, then it does 1 hit point, and that doesn't recover hit points. Basically, it's very lucky that I'm on 0 and not -1, because -1, unless I stabilize myself, is almost certain death for my character, because my teammates cannot heal me unless they can do negative energy damage.
Yeah, it's problematic.
So,
Think about that
right
little
next to
flaw in
me.
the plan. He is.
This could do me in, because he will get an attack of opportunity if I don't make the concentration check, but I'm going to try.
Yeah, you're on the ground. You just like see blood like pouring across the eye holes of your mask.
This is the same level as last time, so it's a DC 17 concentration check.
Oh, what a time to roll a 20.
I do this.
Give me 1 second.
Whilst dodging him. And recover. But actually, that should be 19, because effectively, because I do a dodgy action, I lose 1 and then gain immediately after 20, according to the rules of being disabled. But I now have 19 hit points.
Amazing.
Again.
That's so cool.
Not really, because he can clearly remove those
I'm
very
say,
easily in a round.
Because that's... well, I did clearly say that he turned around to face Silastra, and it is Silastra's turn. So depending on what Silastra does, that will determine it.
Almost.
Okay.
A zombie has yet to act.
Oh, of course,
Oh yeah,
yes.
the zombie's
the
right
zombie.
there, and the zombie can have a go if it thinks it's hard enough, which
I think it does think it's hard enough.
It does. It's going to go for a slam. Booyah!
Slam.
20. Probably not, but 20.
20. No, that isn't enough.
No. I wasn't sure what resistance had been removed, that's all. But, unfortunately not flanking anymore, so...
It strikes about
the
Gith.
Countess remains useless.
Gith moves aside, and now it's Silas's turn.
Yeah, Silastra pops out of invisibility. As he does, he's quaffing a potion because, it's like, let's use up some of these resources. So he takes a potion of Magic Fang.
Get in.
Interesting.
I'd been saving, but it's like Silastra's just like, nope, no more. And as he's taken it, and just as he's about to move, Silastra's tried to be this kind of very focused, very composed combatant, but something's just snaps as he starts just punching the ground in front of him. He's not in a rage. It's not like a barbarian's rage, but he is angry. He is smashing the floor. He screams something out in Elvish, which none of you would understand, and then he goes in for an attack. As he's running, one blade comes across just his hand as he runs across into a flanking position as he cuts across the Githyanki. For 20!
Oh my god.
Have you rolled above a 6?
Yes,
Oh,
once.
God. One time.
You rush in and you just scream, and like he catches you, and you just he just catches your defense, and you're like face to face with him for a second, and he'll simply just say, "This is sport," and push you away once again. Anything else on your turn?
I'd say I've used all my bits.
The Omen Lord perceives that something has changed on the spectral images, and he will look to you, Ansel, and say, "Very good." The Gith sees that you've just gone in for him again, Silastra. He's going to move. He will provoke an attack of opportunity off all three of you.
Not from me.
Will try and tumble, which 17, 18, 19, is that right? For three of you?
19 for 3, yeah.
That is a failure. He goes to tumble, but that exhausting power has just made him a bit slow on the dodge when it comes to the attack of
Do we
opportunities.
get the flanking bonus?
You're attacking. You're
Okay,
attacking normally.
second hit. And it's on another attack of opportunity.
Oh my god! I don't know whether that's enough or not, but
They are both hits.
Hooray!
22 as Silaster gets just a spinning elbow as he catches him as he's retreating. Bang.
Yeah, he
12
rushes.
from the Countess.
Oh, nice. Yeah, 12, of course. Yeah, you both rake and strike at him as he moves away. But it is simply just for him to get a run going. Which he does, and then he flanks around and lands here. And he strikes at you, Silaster, tired of the game. AC?
21.
That is a hit. Can you please perform a fortitude saving throw?
I will use my concentration check. I've held this maneuver for so long. Hang on.
DC 19 fortitude saving throw.
I will, mind over body, so I'm doing it with a concentration check instead. 32.
Nice.
Wow, like just boom! And you just... What is it like when you completely resist that kinetic power?
I don't think it's a matter now of resisting through composure. This is resistance through rage and anger and just red. Like, he is just angry. He's on the verge of hulking. It's...
That was his turn, because he had to move and do that. That's his turn. Ansel.
Ansel is going to turn around and stop throwing things at illusions and finally try again at the Githyanki.
Okay.
So I'll sickening blast attempt on the Gith. It's a bad miss. 15.
Zoom! The blast explodes into the wall next to him, unfortunately, as he moves out of the way with a slick dodge.
And I will also take a potion as a free action. Just of a little light wounds.
Very good.
And for shits and giggles, because they're just not landing today, I'm going to try and... Wait, how far away is the Omen guy?
From you? 5, 10,
Yeah.
15, 20, 25 feet.
I'm going to try and curse him. DC will save 60. I don't expect it to succeed, but...
Hang on, I have to look him up.
yeah.
He's on the other page. Sorry. He's on the other page. 60. That is a success.
I thought it might be.
Your power just reaches up to him and he catches it. And like your curse energy seems to be roiling in a ball in his palm. And he just turns it around and looks at it and he says... Intriguing. Anything else on your turn, Ansel?
No, I think I've used literally everything. Oh no, I could move. I'm not going to.
Okay. Obsidian. Risen again, Obsidian. You rise.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this time I don't have to make a concentration check, which is lovely. Mm-hmm. So I will use my move action to stand.
Nice.
I'm now standing. Lovely. And then I will point my hand at him and fire off that spell again. Do I still have to make a cast level check?
You do not. There is no spell resistance now guarding him. It is now just him and his wits. And his touch.
Beautiful. Right, well, his touch armor class, which should be slightly easier due to the...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah, it is slightly easier, but not that easy, unfortunately, as you blast at him. But unfortunately, it isn't quite enough.
I have one more try at that, ladies and germs. One more try.
Oh boy, yeah, that sucks.
Never mind. She will move to there. Which that's all she can do. But that's all she needs to do.
Okay,
And that's my turn.
that's Obsidian's turn. Silasta.
He's thinking hard.
You done something with your audio, mate?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fluctuating, mate. Do you want to say something else?
How about that?
Perfect. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Excellent. Lovely. So Silasta will provoke an attack of opportunity, and he doesn't really care at this point. He is going to quaff a potions of bull strength.
That is possibly a critical. What is your AC, sorry?
21.
Mistake.
Smashes the potion into my face.
It just comes straight through. That, unfortunately, Silasta, for the Githyanki is not a crit. That is just a hit. As just the exhaustion just tempers that strike into it not smashing through your face.
He doesn't smash it into your face. He does that annoying thing where he just holds it up and you drink it for a bit too long. Oh, God. Can't take a breath.
That is 11 points of bludgeoning damage, Silasta, non-lethal.
That's all right. I'll take that. As I finish forcibly downing the bull strength potion, but still red over his eyes, he doesn't take a moment to regain his maneuvers. He just goes in for a swinging hook because he's just going to try and smack him one. So it would have been that. That's what it would have been on the flank. So it's now... it should be this. I mean, that's more like it. Don't use the maneuvers. Plain punching. That's where the secret's at.
Wow, so that's just a normal strike against him, is it?
Yeah, but it's still got sneak attack on there because I've been in my assassin stance.
Oh,
pretty much
yeah,
this entire
nice
fight.
one. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, so
15 points of damage.
Yes, excellent. So you strike through his defenses. What is it like as you hit him? What do you do that catches him unawares or gets through his defense?
All vision has just narrowed in. Silasta is essentially clinging on to some element of composure, but he's just accepted that just drop it aggression, and he's just trying to match him for speed and ferocity, not for technique.
And that does not sit well with him. The Omen Lord, you hear a voice just simply say, "What are you waiting for? Why are you holding back?" The Githyanki needs to do a will save, and it's a significant one. Right. He's going to provoke an attack of opportunity off Silasta and the zombie lady, as he leaves both of your threat ranges.
26.
26 is a hit.
27.
16 points of damage.
17 points of damage.
Nice.
One up you both times.
Yes, well done, zombie.
She finally redeems herself. She was worthwhile after all, the Countess.
Yeah, he moves to there. Zips out of the way. Would you mind just repeating those damages again?
16.
Oh, here we go. Sorry, 16 and 17. Oh, it's piling up now. Another strike, bam, bam, as he tries to move out of the way. Just takes the attacks, as I forgot to tumble, but never mind. He is exhausted, so throwing himself into a tumble, he's not going to do it every turn. He rushes over there, and as he does, Silasta, I need you to perform a will saving throw, please.
Did I have a maneuver prepared?
You said that you didn't reset your
I
maneuvers.
did not. You're right. So what is my will save? Oh, it's okay. It's could be better. Could be worse. Ugh, 14.
He runs and then he turns over his shoulder, looks back at you, and he just shoots out his hand like that as he seizes you with telekinesis and he throws you into the right-hand wall. You fly that distance and smash into the wall.
Oh!
So if you wouldn't mind moving your token here, thank you. You get thrown and you receive a not laughable size of damage. Uh, 40 points of bludgeoning damage on the dot.
Sorry, 4-0.
4-0.
40.
I am unconscious because that exceeds my non-lethal damage.
He just seizes you in the air and just shoom, bam! You just smash into the wall. And collapse onto the ground. That is his turn. Ansel.
Yep, let's go again. I don't think I can get over to help Silester anyway, so might as well just keep attempting to touch him from a distance and continuing to fail.
Yeah, man. 20 hates us.
It really, really does. Just trying to think if there's anything else I can do, but I don't think there is. Nope. Nothing. I tried. I might have a... No, I won't. I'll save it. That's it.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
I mean, yeah. You watch as Silassi just gets launched across the room and collides into the wall. No one's going to help him. Interesting. The Omen Lord will just perceive...
Oh, we've only had one turn.
Well, I just think it's really interesting. Like, I can't help him. I'm like, okay. Obsidian... sorry, not Obsidian. The Omen Lord will just... I know what he's going to do. Sorry, I'm having to look something up. Has to be the one that I don't actually write down on the sheet. Always the way. Can you make a wisdom... Sorry, not a wisdom. Can you make a will save, please? Silaster.
Oh, an unconscious will save.
Yeah.
I'm technically helpless, so...
I don't know if that has any bearing on it. I don't know.
I think will you can still do.
It's attacking your mind, so I'll say that's just a standard will save.
Fair enough. 11, so definitely no.
That is a failure, unfortunately.
Oh, dear.
You see some strange magical line reach out to Silaster, and it appears to contain like the power of stars that twinkle and then die in a void of nothingness. That is its turn. The Gith is going to turn around. Can you roll me a d4, please, Ansel? 1 and a 2 is going for you, 3 and a 4 is going for Obsidian.
Hang on.
Did I blank? Did Matt get a go?
No. Not since Silaster got knocked out, and then it was
okay.
Ansel, and I've not been.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That was the Gith's turn, knocked him out.
Knocked
Then
out
I went.
Silaster, and Ansel went and tried to hit him with a...
Okay. I will say then in that
well-
case, the Omen Lord did that as a held action because he didn't do anything on his turn, which
What?
means that it is now Ansel's turn. I do apologise.
You mean Obsidian's turn.
But didn't Ansel just... It was the Gith's turn, now it's Ansel's turn.
It was Gith's turn. Ansel went, tried to hit him and didn't.
Oh, yes, I do apologise. Yes, then it is Obsidian's turn.
Now
yes.
I'm going to go, try and hit him, probably won't.
Okay.
Yeah, it probably won't matter in the long run, but...
Move to here. And she will move to here. Although she can only move. But I can fire off a spell. This is my last try. Touch armor class. 22 on his touch
He
armor
turns
class.
round, the blast slams into him.
Amazing. So he does get, well, there's no point because it doesn't actually work. If he's already exhausted, he can't get worse. And the fortitude save would only make him fatigued, but because he's already fatigued, he will immediately now go to exhausted. So basically no save. When I say that, I mean no save. He is at -6 to strength and dexterity and can only move at half speed for the duration of the spell, which is 7 minutes.
-6 on everything, half speed, like he gives his echoing cry. Dust and rubble begin falling around you.
Literally, as that was the last level 3 that Obsidian had, he ran forward, just everything, and full-on Kang the Conquered it. And we can use that reference because people have probably seen that in the trailer,
Sure.
so no spoilers.
Love it. I love that. That's incredible. And he looks like wilted at that. Like you see visible signs of distress there. Like he's looking around, his eyes wild, and he goes, "My people, I cannot fail. My people." Silaster, it is your turn. So, are you needing your stabilization?
No.
It's non-lethal damage, so he's just unconscious. You don't.
I
need
will
to
say
stabilize.
my damage is still in the safe range, but I'll say there is a deficit of 15 points between my...
Hang on, though.
Current-
Didn't you hit a
my
wall? You can't be non-lethal damage if you hit a wall.
that is
No, but
something
I
enough
already
not
had...
normal.
I
It's
had a
met,
pool of non-lethal
it's
already.
your non-lethal meets your...
Oh yeah, they meet in the middle, don't they? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
One goes down, the other goes up. And, yeah, so in my mind, there's nothing I can do. I'm unconscious. I can't do anything.
Yeah. So you're just out. Okay, well, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll say you're just on 0 then. I think that makes sense, given that... yeah,
Don't
you're
know.
absolutely right.
You're so far away that it would take like 2 moves and then.
He's
to reach
definitively trying to divide and conquer you, but
Yeah, man, I would love to come and help you, but I'm not sure I even could. I don't carry potions.
Hey, look, I'm not actually on 0.
Just let me heal you.
If I can heal 15 points,
yeah.
I get back to my actual number,
Well,
which I think kind of makes sense.
Given the great discussion that we've been having often between you guys, do you need to? Will you owe me another potion or something, Silaster? I believe you'll probably know if he has healing potions on him, but that's entirely up to you. If you don't want to use it, that's absolutely fine. So, Silaster, you will spend your turn absolutely out for the count. Would you like to do a will save for me, please?
Again.
Yes, again.
Oh, 25.
You feel like there's some kind of whispering, gnawing feeling within your own being. And it will simply say, "What do you want? What is your answer?"
Oh. Respect.
With respect echoing in your mind in the depths of the state you find yourself in, Silaster, we move away from you. The voice you recognise to be Omen Lord's. It is the Gith's turn, and he just turns around and just glares at you, Obsidian. Half of his movements. Okay. He can
May
reach you.
be still within his range,
He
unfortunately.
can still
Yeah,
get literally
very,
just.
very unfortunate.
When he,
But I had to move because the range of that spell is short, and it was the
Yeah.
only way to reach him with
absolutely. He just rushes in.
Shit, he's fast.
Oh man, he's fast.
We knew that last time, though.
Zoom, like leaps.
Yeah, but hopefully his hit and damage will be reduced now a little bit.
Yeah, it is
Struggling
significantly.
through exhaustion.
Significantly. Your AC, please. That is a good roll. That's your AC is not changed, is it?
My AC? No, it's 15.
Despite
It would've been
everything,
15.
he pushes through.
Really, please hope the damage reduction keeps me alive.
7 points of bludgeoning damage.
I only take 3.
Oh, like smack, and like you just feel like your damage reduction. I hate to keep making references to film. Well, I don't hate it. It's just an easy analogy. You know when Batman is punching Superman under the influence of kryptonite, and then it starts wearing off. That's what he's getting with you. Like he punches you, and you just sort of you don't flinch as much. You've sort of been like broken in, as it were, obsidian, and you resist the majority of his power.
You're broken in.
But can you also make a fortitude saving throw for me, please? As he strikes you regardless.
A fortitude. He's trying to stun me, isn't he, that bitch? I'm going to use my headband.
Your headband erupts into life. Use a concentration check to resist.
17.
But you roll a 4. So that means you succumb and boom, he still manages to stun you. You stagger
Well,
back.
I would have been extra stunned if I hadn't used it. What a waste of the...
And he's sort of just like...
Fuck you, roll 20.
He's just fury blazing in his eyes, and he's ready to just unleash. But then it's almost obsidian. As you get stunned, you see like he's trying his best to fight himself out of some grasp upon him. That was his turn. Ansel.
Why break a winning formula? I'll hit him, hopefully. 21 to hit on his touch.
On his touch, yep, that is a hit.
Great.
Bam, bam,
So
bam,
he
bam.
takes
Should be significantly easy to hit now, man.
17 points of damage,
Good stuff. Beautiful.
and he must make a Fortitude DC 17 or be sickened.
Yeah.
He is at -2. Also for that from earlier.
Yeah, he...
Long ago.
He is... It's not a disease. It's not poison, is it?
Nope.
He is sickened.
Yes. I got him with it.
Like you just see like some bile just like pour from his mouth as he staggers like in front of obsidian, like goes to swing wildly but just misses. Oh my goodness.
So he's now -4 to attack saves and checks and -2 to weapon
Oh
damage.
my god. Like he is crippled by this.
In addition to the
That is.
exhaustion.
Oh my god. He gives like a hollow scream at this point. Obsidian, it's your turn. You see, before you're stunned. Thank you.
Skip me.
Silastic, you're just out. I'm going to say you gain a 1 point of HP.
Oh, what a treat.
14 rounds to go.
Something seems to almost feed a kind of hunger within you. The gift spins to look at your stunned form, Obsidian. What's he gonna do? Can he even?
I can still defend myself
You
when
can
I'm
still
stunned.
defend yourself. Can't take another one of those, I don't think either. Yeah, he's just going to try and attack you with everything he's got. Everything he's got. He's got enough attacks. Maybe one will get through. Because he is 15. Messed up. Like, you see, like, some liquid pouring from him, blood, like, oozing from him. Like, you see he is shaken, he is fatigued, he is sickened. All of these effects compounding upon him. The strangers drawing energy from him. First attack is a miss. Second is a hit. Third is a miss. Fourth is a miss. He only hits you once, Obsidian. Just BAM! Like, strikes you with 4 attacks, but only gets the 1 through. Oh man, and that's a bad roll. That is 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Is that with the -2 from being sickened and...
He gets a further... So, with the sickened, does that does weapon damage?
That does -2 to weapon damage, yeah.
Does that...
compounding with the -6.
I guess they are his weapons, aren't they? So yeah, fair enough then. So that's 4. 4 points of bludgeoning damage. So he just strikes you.
It just bounces off my damage reduction this time.
He's just standing in front of you, like his shoulders like rising and falling, like almost having to lean on you, like a boxer in a clinch, like against the ropes at this point. Like he looks basically done.
You threw my friend into a wall.
Yes, he did. Ansel.
Yeah, I mean, I've not really got anything else at this stage, but to keep trying to wail on him with Eldritch Blasts. Mm-hmm. 24 to hit.
Hits. Oh my god.
21 points.
Even better.
21?
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam! Like he just staggers like from like the strike and like falls to one knee, desperately pulling himself up to his feet from that.
Matt didn't get his go last turn, did he?
No, I'm just after you, mate.
No,
I didn't get my go because I was stunned.
Before.
Oh, stunned, yeah.
But he basically collapses to one knee at this point, Obsidian, and like he looks at you. It's like you see that reflection in his eyes again of that compounding wave of power, and his eyes meet yours.
Except when I was on the floor looking up at him, he didn't stop, did he?
No, he didn't.
So,
he didn't.
I'm going to take a free 5-foot step, so that doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity, make life easier, and then I fire a ray at him. So once again on his touch armor class, 19 on his touch.
19 is a hit on his touch now.
Okay, so he will take, I believe... Oh, I should have opened this before, I'm very sorry. I actually do have it saved, though, so it takes 2 seconds. A further 6 points of strength damage.
Cruel.
Well, he was down by 6. Now he's down by another 6, so he's down by 12 altogether. If he tries to move, I'll do it again. Hit me now, Gith. Oh, actually, what I should have done, though, is the last 2 turns, the zombie should have been going over here, because I would have told her to bring me my friend. So she is now at your corpse. Silastra, she's going to, next turn, throw you over her shoulder.
I don't know what's happening, so it's okay.
But just informing you,
to me.
you know, I need consent before I can touch your unconscious body, so...
I can't give it when I'm unconscious.
That's true. That's true.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Desperate need counts as consent, I think, in this case.
Sure it does.
He is like
impending death,
swinging and reaching towards you, and then that happens, and like you just see the life like just drain from him. Like he's like crawling towards you on the ground, and
I think there's something bewitching him. I really do. I don't think this is him. I don't think we should kill him.
That was
Oh,
Obsidian's turn. Silaster, you take a point of health as you feel stained by something.
Hooray! 13 points to go.
The Omen Lord says, he is no longer, he is no longer worthy. He is nothing but prey for what is to come. I say this not out of cruelty. The Gith is gonna make a will save. He gives a scream, and he will say, "Strike me! Strike me down!" Like screaming at you, Obsidian. "Strike me down! Finish it! Finish it!" Like he seems like in another world. He seems possessed. He will take a 5-foot step and swing at you. That hits, I believe. Yes, that hits. 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Bam!
Ooh, I take a point of damage.
He like sinks to his knees, like his grasp, like holding onto here at this point, like trying to like hold himself up.
Yeah. I think as he does that, I try and look cool and do the spit thing, but realise I've just spat into my mask. Very uncool.
Ansel,
I'm like,
it's your turn.
I'm going to move to here. And can I attempt to grapple him?
Yeah, by all means.
I can't remember how to do that. Is it just to roll?
Yeah, so you've got to make a touch attack. It will provoke an
It's
attack
just
of
based
opportunity
attack.
if you have no, but he won't take it.
Oh, okay. 17. Oh no,
Yeah,
plus 2.
Yeah, flanking for touch as well. so
Yeah. So that is on his touch side. I was rolling as if that was your opposed. Now you've got to oppose his strength or dex. So by all means,
With my grapple modifier, right?
yeah.
17.
You seize him and win the grapple.
I think just he's obviously facing the other way, and Ansel just reaches and grabs both of his arms and pins them to his chest.
Oh my goodness, Obsidian, it's your turn.
So does that mean he's counted as flat-footed now as well?
I think we ruled last time that being grappled means you're denied your dexterity. So yeah, for the I'll say
Right,
yeah.
but also this is on his touch.
Okay,
So-
right, yeah, all right.
I've step. I don't know. It's up to you, really.
That's fine.
Oh,
You make the
with
roll.
20, so it would have hit anyway.
Yeah.
Takes a further 6 points of strength damage.
Torturing the guy.
No, I just want him to stop fighting. If he's got no strength
Like
left,
he
he
just
physically can't fight
slumps
anymore.
to the ground. 6 points of strength damage.
Yeah. And she.
Sorry,
will-
Zero.
not 0, not
She
0.
will
No, let
pick
me.
up-
No.
He's got what? Right, okay. Which means he can actually still move. He just struggles. Okay, that's fine. I've got lots more of those. Keep fighting.
Oh my goodness.
And the zombie will now pick up Silaster in like a really regal kind of through the threshold type carry.
Yeah.
And slowly start bringing him back over towards us.
So romantic.
It really is. It's very romantic. pressed against her rotting breast.
Okay.
Oh.
Lovely. Enjoy, Silaster. I know you love
the
that
worst.
shit.
That is actually the worst. That was
I'm a
a single
We're gonna kill this
turn.
kid now, just so he doesn't have to live through this.
Necromancers have 6.
As you're being carried, Silaster, you gain another point of HP.
Hooray.
The Omen Lord just stares one last time and says, "Congratulations. He is yours, and the burden of his people is a burden you share too." And he'll say once again as he leaves, closing words. Manifest by prophecy from malediction to eclipse, ride heralds of the hunger, knights of the apocalypse. And they begin to fade around him until they are gone. And the Omen Lord moves to the cliff face and vanishes. Also, off the edge.
Is that like he jumped or he just
He sort of
disappears
like
as he hits
floated
it?
and then just sort of like rose into the sky, but seemed to fade into nothingness.
He brackened off the edge.
Full on just.
And as he vanishes, then the dust settles. Silaster lies in a broken heap in the arms of this undead creature summoned by Obsidian. The Githyanki is like on his knees, like drawing ragged breaths, barely able to move. And that is where we're going to take a very short break. So for those of you watching live and out of that, really appreciate those checking us out live. Really pleased to say we reached 50 followers on Twitch, but we would really appreciate more. So please give us a follow if you like watching us live, and of course if you're watching us after the fact on YouTube, if you like what you see, give us a like. And if you'd like to see more like it, then give us a subscribe. We will be back very shortly to discover what the strangers do next. We'll be right back.
Matt just wrote in the chat, the girth went
girth
down.
went
Oh my
Yes.
god!
And then
For
responded,
God's
Gith!
sake.
Gith, not Girth!
And we have returned to the Eye of the Sanctum. The battle is done. The Githyanki is on his knees, and he gives another ragged breath as some energy leaves him almost. And then, like, he keels over and collapses on his side, motionless.
Oh.
We lost Matt. Oh, he's back. Scary.
Is he?
Can you not
I
see
see
him?
him.
Oh. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Can't see him.
Oh, yeah, I see him now. I see him
Hello.
now. Hello. So,
Panic!
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, and now Mike's gone. Oh, and he's back.
There's Rob.
Rob's always last.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's collapsed to the floor and is motionless, but still breathing. Whatever fury that drove him to attack you appears to have abated, and he looks weary, desiccated, and defeated. The Stranger's Special, I think we're going to start calling that, because eventually, just to talk math stones for a second. Yeah, you really wore him down at the end of that, which was fantastic, and it shows, and it probably feels amongst you guys as well. You also probably feel incredibly worn down from that battle. Obsidian knocked to the ground, out of the fight for a moment. Silaster is still out for the count. Ansel, I don't know, how's Ansel feeling?
He's not too bad after having the potions, but yeah, he was not well for a moment there.
Yeah. The cave is now silent, but for the wind that howls into the opening of this place. Really, it's down to Obsidian and Ansel at this point.
well,
We should give him a potion.
a potion into Sleepy over there.
Yeah, I've got plenty of potions. I can.
So she'll bring him over to us,
Yeah, the rotting.
lay him down at our feet ever so gently
lays
before
him
she.
down.
And as she lays him down, she just crumbles to the floor and just sort of dissolves back into the earth.
Vanishes into nothingness.
So I'll give him a light wounds potion. Gives him 8, which I suspect is not quite enough, is it?
Well, potions do both at the same time, so that's... So essentially it's doing 16 in terms of counteracting the two.
Okay.
So yes, that is enough to swing me the other way and wake me up.
So you're awake to Ansel pouring something in your mouth.
What is it this time he's saying?
You're finally awake.
God, no.
How are you doing, Silaster?
Silaster looks physically assaulted, but mentally he's just not quite there at this point. It just gives you a very curt, fine.
We have a prisoner.
Yeah. Relatively sure. Is he awake? He's awake, right?
Yeah, he's
He
not
is actually,
unconscious.
yeah. He just
We
fell
knocked
to
him
his
out.
side. In fact, no, he is actually out right now. I said some form of energy seemed to leave him, and he just collapsed sideways. You look down and see he is actually out for the count.
That's a shame, because I wanted to question him.
Could always wake him up.
Yeah, can we try and rouse him?
Yeah, you can give me a heal check or just a straight wisdom. I believe healing is wisdom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just to see if you can rouse him out of it somehow.
I'm going to have another.
This is probably going to be on you, because you're better at it. I think we haven't quite decided on this yet. I know that you were all rageful, but just try and take a breath. I'm going to have a go. It's only 7, you see. I don't know how to... I just go...
He does the opposite.
I just make him more unconscious.
Silaster takes a moment to atomize the last of his diminishing potion for an extra 7 points, because he's quite battered. He's taking less of that. I think I've actually got some bits in heal. It's just my wisdom, but it's a class skill.
Do it. Do it. Try to wake him up. Oh, you get the same as me. Oh,
Critical
God!
You don't ask me to do it. I go straight for the nose.
And
Just...
got anything?
Oh no, I broke his nose.
At all? I mean...
I can try.
So yeah, you aren't able to rouse him with that.
10.
DC 10 was what I was after, just to like...
Is that all?
Yeah, just to tap him awake, basically. You just gotta just shake him a bit. He sort of like rouses and goes, and he sort of like looks around, and the warrior that you had fought now looks around wide-eyed as if coming to from some terrible nightmare.
I get right up in his face. Before he can say anything, I want to try and intimidate him. And I say, so, you are pretty tough, we'll give you that. But we have significantly weakened you for at least the next few minutes. And if by the end of that time we're not satisfied with your story, then we can easily kill you. So you better talk, and you'd better talk fast. And I would like to try and intimidate him.
Okay, yeah, he'll definitely try and pose it, for sure. But yeah, make an intimidate roll. Well, that's a good roll. So
I'm going to use my mask as well.
Uh-huh.
34 intimidate.
His roll was really good, but that is better.
Jinkies.
Oh yeah, glowing eyes, the whole thing. It's like that thing where you can't really focus on anything apart from one thing. Like the way the sort of magical effect from the mask just makes everything else blur apart from what I'm saying.
He sort of looks at you, his eyes wide. It's not like he's a gibbering...
Also, there's the fact that I'm not lying and we really will kill him.
Yeah, and that's really what it is. He totally believes you. He isn't a gibbering wreck of fear, like, looking upon you, but, like, he knows, like, in his heart that, like, he will die by your hand if he doesn't watch himself here. And he sort of, like, draws himself to his knees and puts both of his hands down in front of him in the dust. And he nods and then looks directly up at your beaming intimidation power obsidian, and he will say, "You serve it too. You serve the hunger."
I don't think we serve any hunger.
It is what I used to say. But it is true what that entity uttered. And he sort of gestures to where the Omen Lord had been. It is true that it preys upon your desires and your ambitions. And that its will is absolute, and enemy and ally alike serve it. But I do not see it in your eyes, as it burns in mine.
I'm not aware of any hunger. I believe that we fight for freedom, for good, or at least we try to.
I'm not sure how much fight there is left to give. I passed to this world in an attempt to save my people. I have failed.
What were you going
What
to
makes
do?
you say that? Sorry, Ansel.
Go on, Ansel, what did you say?
What were you going to do?
I wanted to learn the nature of these omens. For is it not said that only when they occur the gates shall open? And only if the gates are open may my people arrive here. It is exactly why you were opposed to my design. For you would be fools to allow me to do so.
What would have happened if you had opened the gates? Githyanki would have conquered?
The Githyanki, and the Githzerai formed an alliance. Something that is unheard of within the history of my people, not since the overthrow of the Illithid menace. Or united in common cause to escape the astral plane through which we were being stalked by this power.
The hunger.
Just so.
And so why would it be so bad to help your people to escape that?
Because
Helping people is what we do.
Because once that gate is open, my people would come through. But so too would you be letting through a people already touched by its influence. You see it burn within me. I tried to hold it back. It is why I was just able to summon enough willpower to prevent myself from killing you outright when first I faced you. A hunger has driven me here, not ordered me. Me and my people have been driven from our home.
But you're free of it. Couldn't we free them?
I am not free of it. I feel it there now. It preys upon our base desires, our ambitions. What we most dearly seek. Silasta, you hear respect echo in your mind. It is an
What was it that you sought? Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
Just asking what it was that you sought.
I was not always a chosen saviour of my people. The word is like bitter and distasteful on its tongue. I was a prime example of my kind. I have been raised for war. Battle is what I yearn for. It is thankful that it is this, and not death, that I sought for, otherwise it would have been harder to resist making more lethal strikes against you. I cannot, it is not within the culture, or indeed the nature of my people, to apologize for attacking a foe. But as I see it, whether you would say you fight for good or not, foes we still remain. My purpose is entirely opposed to yours. It is what they say of the hunger that it eats hope. And mine is spent.
Are you saying that after this you will continue to try and open the gate? Continue with...
Would you not work tirelessly with every last breath that remained of you? Seek to save what remains of your people? I have not seen much of this realm, but what I have seen, there are similarities and vast gulfs in our kind, and in the kind of world that we live in. I know of no way to free myself from the grasp of the hunger, for anyone who succumbs to it may not escape. It is the same of all that serve it. Even those terrible visions that you saw before you.
Puts us in a very difficult position.
It is the position that I have been in the moment I stepped into this realm. It is a position that has been shared by many, for this is not the first world to be endangered. Neither was mine. And mine is a far more nebulous place. This seems more whole.
And do you see this as your only course of action? There's not another route.
I may resist the hunger. There have been times when I have been almost free of its grasp. This is the closest I've been for some time. But perhaps even greater than my desire for battle is the desire to see my people safe. We do not
I can
overthrow
understand that.
tyranny simply to face eradication.
And there is no way to open the gates to your people without allowing everything else through as well.
I am not an expert, but it would seem that more would be like me, influenced by the power of the hunger already. The astral plane from where I dwell is a realm of thought and memory, as well as strange, nebulous worlds. Perhaps there are those that have discovered a secret to overthrowing its influence. But even the Githyanki, who have powerful scions among their order, a scion that saw this place, was not able to throw off its grasp. But this world is not the astral plane. I cannot speak of it.
There must be experts. There must be people that know about this sort of thing. I think we must try to learn more. We can't condemn an entire race of people.
We would not be the first. And it would seem, at this rate, we will not be the last.
Maybe so. But I think I can speak for my teammates here. We're not much for genocide. I like to help where we can.
This is where we differ for the hunger, for it is a carnal, catastrophic power that seeks only to satiate itself and leave naught in its wake. Like flesh stripped from bone. Like bone stripped into dust.
But
dust cast into nothing.
You denied it. Or at least you were strong enough to hold it at bay.
And look what it took to bring me to this conversation. Are there many that wield your power in this place?
I don't think we're the most powerful we've encountered, even.
And if there had been more than just me in this battle?
Yes.
Who knows? Who knows?
I do not try to lead your decision. But if this is an undertaking that you would have, I would be in your debt. Something that the Githyanki are culturally aligned to avoid.
I think that we're already in your debt. You could have killed us before, but you didn't. You had us beat. You could have finished us off, and you didn't. And we are now in a similar situation. So, I don't think you would be in our debt. I think we're in yours. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to kill him. He might be a threat, but we owe him that.
What about you, Solasta? What do you think? Awfully quiet.
Although Salas has been listening, he's been facing the other way, slightly distant. And although you ask him, what do you think, you just see his fists clench and tighten. But he just mutters, not today.
I will do everything I can. If your words, Obsidian, genuinely actually like seem to have affected him, I will say, like, you see that there's sort of like a genuine gratefulness that your words didn't put him in a place that would like compromise his honor. Genuine like
Oh, yeah.
a nod of respect for that, because it's like, wow, you somehow have actually managed to engineer a way that relieves him of that burden,
Of the debt, yeah.
so in that sense, his posture sort of like changes, and he says, what you have done, you have bought time. I understand that I will not be capable of helping my people alone, for only one of our kind was able to make the breach. Many of my people died to allow me to do so. Where I left there was blood, and where I arrived there was blood also. You think he's sort of referring to the slaughter that had temporarily sort of jerry-rigged the gate to be open for like a second.
Yeah, didn't really paint him in a particularly good light to us either when he first arrived. Like, oh shit.
Definitely not.
It's some sort of god of death.
But it also alludes to what it cost his people to get that gate open as well, because you imagine that maybe something similar had to happen on the other side, which is pretty crazy to think about.
How did you know that the gate would be opened?
The scions at the Gisarai. They have mental powers that can perceive this sort of thing. I do not pretend to know the answers. Only that they share similar insights to the prophet that once resided here. I've been able to study some of what I have found here, at least. He holds out an arm. He holds out an arm to you, Obsidian, outstretched, and he says, Kidos.
I don't know what that means. But I mean, I'll grasp him by the arm.
It is what they call me.
Like this.
Yeah, strength and honor.
Qydos.
Qydos.
Kidos. I will do my very best to give you as much information as I can to share the knowledge of my people with you. Whether it will be enough, I mourn to say it, but I think not. But we have to try. Time will tell.
And try we shall, with everything we have.
I spoke over you, Dom, before you spoke. Was Ansel going to say something?
Just voicing aloud sort of a theory, well, not a theory, but sort of workings in my head. So on your side, they foresaw that the portal would open and you'd have a chance to send somebody through.
Yes.
And on our side, that chance was engineered by a man called Derek Redhaven.
Yes, as I understand it, the Hunger has many agents. Agents that in turn serve the Knights of the Apocalypse, which in turn serve the Hunger. This Derek you speak of, perhaps he is aligned with one of the knights, perhaps more than one. What manner of creature is he?
He's a vampire.
That one.
We have stories of such. Yeah, I mean the shadow probably is the. You think of any that Derek would go for, then shadow would probably help a vampire considerably.
Yeah.
Just from the name. Has this Derek has spoken of a hunger, of the hunger?
That's all he talks about.
Well then, perhaps you have already discovered a lieutenant of the hunger's forces.
We've already been whooped by a lieutenant.
He kicked our asses harder than you did.
But not next time. This is what we do. We come back strong.
I am pleased to hear it.
What do you know of these symbols? And so we'll gesture towards the plinths, rock formation.
Only of what I have learned from the writings here and in the hall that I arrived nearby in, a convent of some kind. That omens will signify the arrival of each night.
But so far none of them have been triggered, is that your understanding?
As I understand it, they have not. Though these are metaphysical concepts, shall we say. Such things may be manipulated. It is hard to tell. There is much trickery at work. The hunger is not selective when it comes to those that serve it.
And you too, to Silastra and Obsidian. Do any of the symbols mean anything to you?
Not any more that they do. I mean, not any more than they do to you guys, really.
No.
From what we've seen, none of them are personally relevant to me, I don't think, in any way. Or if they are, not that I've gleaned as of yet or interpreted.
No. Nothing more than we've seen.
Because the one on the far left concerns me. Worries me.
Interesting.
But I don't have any information on it.
That's the problem, isn't it? I think we need more information. I just don't know where to go next. That's the problem that I'm having. I don't know what the next step is for us in what we're doing here. Are we looking for Red Haven?
We know
Trying
where
to
he is.
find a way to take him down?
I suspect he is a known quantity, but 4 points on a star. The only other 4 points I remember were the markings on the map. One at the convent, and then the 3, one at the north, the south, and the east.
Oh.
I think we have indicators for locations, but I have no idea how they directly relate to these. I suspect Derek is a fine lead.
Are we thinking that they are all locations maybe for servants of the knights, then servants of the hunger?
It's all we've got to go on, but seems
The
possible.
question then becomes: if we were to take out these servants, say we killed Derek Redhaven, does that ultimately weaken the hunger, or does it in fact is it inconsequential? Is he just a henchman and it makes no difference?
The Gith is going to look at you, and you see something shift in his eyes as you say that. I have heard many grievous tales of the hunger, and most dreadful are the tales that surround the knights themselves. It is said that each of them has ridden from a world already fallen to the hunger's power. But they weren't necessarily the first.
That's really cool. Okay. The knights, then. What was here didn't appear to be physical beings we could strictly destroy or stop.
It was not them.
Do we think these were just some sort of mighty projection of what the knights actually are?
As I understand it, if it were they, we would not be here.
Yeah, I got that impression also.
Yeah. Agreed.
Ultimately, then, we need to find a way to stop them, to put them down. But that's going to take some firepower.
Your comrade has stated that he has concern for this one, and he gestures to the Pillar of Shadow. Do you know something of its power?
Not necessarily, but the symbol is familiar to me, or is reminiscent of something familiar to me. I don't know about the symbol itself.
I would seek to find a way to learn more of the gate. Perhaps to discover a secret to its power. Though I fear what it will cost to open it again, in the manner that it was opened to me.
Yes, there was a lot of blood.
Is blood the only source of power where you dwell?
Absolutely
No,
not.
but it is the makes
easiest.
sense that, well, not necessarily the easiest, but it makes sense that it would be the source of power that Derek Redhaven resorted to.
True. Yeah.
Yes, he remembers. He told them he was a vampire. He sort of nods.
And so thinking about it, could each, if each of the locations is one of these, is corresponding to a symbol, do we think the star would be the bright gate? Would that make sense? And what does the gate, what does the star represent that? Was that magic or was that fate?
Scales of fate.
Would you like to do an Arcana check, if anyone's got it?
I've got Arcana. We've all got Arcana, I think.
Yeah.
27.
13.
12. Rolled bad.
Ansel, you're looking at it and you remember that that was the one that magic had stood before. And you suddenly think that you've seen similar symbols before throughout history, actually. The fact that this star has 8 points suggests the 8 schools of magic. Perhaps. With that Arcana check of 27, that's what you get.
Yeah. So that one was definitely magic.
Yeah.
Whether that means
Then
Brightgate, though, you don't know.
Fate being the scales, and then war
Makes sense. It would be the sword.
being the sword. But what would war? I mean, war would be represented by a war-torn land, perhaps. I know that there's a place to the southwest, the Fallen Barricade. There was a war supposedly there long ago, but I think there's been.
It is
Can we
the
see
only
the
place
map?
of... Yeah. Is it the only place
There's
of
been
conflict?
wars galore.
Yeah, that's the thing. There has been wars
Wars
galore.
galore.
This land and all the lands surrounding it have seen many, many wars, for it is in the nature of people to fight their asses off.
Is there war at this current
Yeah, the
time?
Fallen Barricade and the Mercylands.
That is
I
a
remember
current
there was
war?
something, not a current war, no, an old war.
Is there a current war? Oh, sorry.
I don't know. Is there? Do we know of a? Do we know of a current?
Yeah, there's a cold war, isn't there, between the Dominion and the.
Oh yeah, there is the.
Yeah.
The literal name of the place that we are.
the Free Kingdoms and the Dominion, yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, it's very much a stalemate. There are battles that rage, but so it's not entirely cold, but it's not. It's sort
But
of
it is a war.
ground to a halt across the halfway point of Main Realm, divided by the Endless Rocken, which has always been the case in basically any war in Main Realm. Has always been decided by who can get around the Rocken, and so far no one's been able to. I'll bring up the world map. I've just realised that's probably going to be more useful to you.
Thanks.
So let's see.
My crude markings are already in place.
Yeah, so we're over there.
Yeah, so you know that the war has raged east to west, basically. The Dominion holds sway over Ascendium and Serador and Severance. The Free Kingdoms hold fast in Nurendel by the might of the dwarves. Eldarium by that of the Exalted Council and those that serve.
So if one of the points is right,
It's going to be the point for a stronghold of some sort that's important in the war, isn't it?
Well, there's one point that is exactly at the top of the Endless Rocken, right?
Roughly.
Roughly, yeah.
So if that's a pinch point, that could potentially be the war.
That's a long way.
The one far to the right that's not where we know that Thingy's gone. Has Derek is gone? Is it?
No, he's still in Orenthal.
Yeah.
He's very east in Orenthale at the Hollow Descent, so you last heard.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely like where the
And
war.
what's in Ireland?
Sorry.
What's Ireland known for?
Ireland is. You'll have actually had to have travelled past it at some point, Ansel. So
Yeah.
you'll know it to have, like, even in passing, to be known as a cursed land. It is ruled over by a incredibly militant queen, so they say, like a queen that apparently wields terrible power, but is content to like rule within her own borders.
And with Faerel next to it, that's quite known for sort of weird shit, right? Slightly odd.
Yeah, it's seen its share of hardship, but it's always been like a place of savage cruelty, of nature and of uprisings and.
So that could be shadow or magic potentially, depending on what the nature of the oddness is there. And then Ascendium, I don't know anything about.
Yeah, you guys can give me a history check on Ascendium, because that's not in your neck of the woods at all.
No, it's the wrong end of the world.
Oh, 15.
15's good.
I think I've got nothing in. Yeah, it's just going to be that. 15!
We came from the same place, I believe, Ansel. So
6. Not in my neck of the woods. I'm from Valdenor, and that's all I.
I think we're both Faerald, but
Yeah, you Faerald.
So Ascendium was very deliberately named by the Dominion because it's hoping to capture the faded light of what Eldarium used to be when the Empirical once floated high in the sky, a massive fortress city.
Before it was rudely pulled down.
Before it came down, and the
By
beginning,
someone.
the beginning,
Not naming any names, but someone with issues.
the beginning of the empire, the beginning of the end of the empire occurred there, and ever since then, it kind of faded into obscurity, and then the Dominion, as we've spoken about before, sort of rose to take its place to try and return it to its former glory. And Ascendium is effectively like a brand new nation almost within like the last 100 years or so. And it is said that the High Overseer reigns from the Immortal City, a sprawling metropolis that has grown basically from nowhere over such a short space of time. Given that Valdenor is one of the oldest cities in the realm, and how long that took to develop into a city, like this has just been like. So with that 15, you know that it's sort of like the emerging power of the world, at least on the side of main realm.
So I'd be willing to go out on a limb and say we've got far left magic, north war, south shadow, right fate. That would be my based purely on speculation.
my speculation beyond that would just be how much is Derek's underhanded influence maybe affected where we are. Perhaps the shadows are closer than we think.
It would make sense for those that serve Shadow to maintain like a strong position here. How long has this Derek reigned here?
Hundreds of years at least.
A very long time.
Then the opposite of bright is shadow, isn't it? So maybe that's the link.
Yeah, I feel like we're maybe grabbing at straws. We need to do some study.
I like grabbing at straws.
I like grabbing at straws too, but I feel like we need to do some study.
I feel Valdenor and the Hollow both beckon.
Yeah, I think Valdenor's probably got the best. It's the best source of information with like libraries and.
Are there reinforcements there, or is it just you three that fight for this
capital.
world?
Valdenor has a strong dragon fighting army. They're tough as nails.
Dragons, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have dragons in the...
I have never seen one.
Astral dragons.
But there are
That's a
stories,
terrifying thought.
as there are always stories of dragons.
Valdenor has been shaped on people overcoming the hardship of dragons. So you can be sure that their forces can handle a lot.
Is this
Which
city
is good
that you
because we
speak
may
of
have to
far?
get them on side. It is, I want to say, like a week away from here. Maybe a bit more. I don't know. I need to look at the closer up map again. I don't remember. I think. Or I'm probably massively underestimating it from where we are.
Yeah,
Maybe
let's
more like 3
we'll bring
weeks.
up that map then. Yeah, so you'll. I mean, you know how far you've had to travel, but you're probably a bit disorientated, having never gone to this area before.
Yeah. In the Valley of the Prophet, it was about a week from there, so it's probably more like 2 weeks to get to Valdenor. Maybe a bit less.
Probably not that with the Necrowagon. I would say like a week.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad.
Let's see if we get like the measure tool from the circle there where you're at. Yeah, so about a
Oh,
week.
the circle's
Yeah,
up,
about a week on the Necrowagon. It would be 8 days on foot, but slightly less than that on the Necrowagon. So
Cool. So yeah, I was right the first time. I thought I'd underestimated, but yeah, about a week.
of course, assuming there are no dangers between here and there.
Well, I mean, we don't assume that because we believe there almost definitely will be, but hopefully they won't slow us down for long.
I'm of two minds. From speaking with you, I feel the fruits of a plan, something to actually help our cause against the insurmountable odds that are stacked against all of us. But there is a darkness that I still harbour. I do fear the worst in that regard.
We need information. We need to know where we can find the Knights of the Apocalypse. We need to know if there is even any chance of us bringing them down, if they have any weaknesses, what their strengths are. We need to know who their chosen are, their underlings.
Perhaps we can find more who are familiar with techniques and capabilities similar to what these Gith possess. You mentioned scions and illithids. Perhaps knowledge of these would prove beneficial.
Perhaps.
Maybe. I don't want to concern myself with illithids, though.
Do you know what illithids are? Please.
I've probably read in storybooks. I don't even know if they exist.
Dungeoneering check for me, please.
It is a dungeon.
Dungeoneering.
Yeah, apparition. Well, I don't have it, so it's just straight up intelligence.
No, I've never heard
Same,
of them.
4.
Whatever they are, I don't want to mess with them because they sound
I think we should
horrible.
investigate these illithids, because
Yes.
who knows what they
They
are.
sound really nice.
I've most certainly not done a whole campaign dedicated to them.
Oh, God.
We know so much about illithids. We know everything about illithids, but our characters know.
You're like,
all
what's
about
that? I love that
It's
you
so
don't know
frustrating.
about
It's like the knoll thing over again.
What?
Yeah.
It's a knoll. It's a fucking knoll. It's a
Know your
high-end creature.
knolls.
Know your knolls. I ask you a question. As you have seen, I am compromised. My great fear is that the hunger would lessen its grip on me, only for it to be able to turn on you later.
Well, hopefully later we'll be able to handle it. And that's the best we can do, isn't it? Because we're left with little other that we can do.
For the time being, perhaps, but if I begin to feel the pull, I will part from you. For your sake as well as mine.
Probably for the best.
Well, you go, though, because if the hunger is eating at you and you wish battle, there are a lot of innocent people.
Yes.
Might I suggest the Windward Plains? I've heard there's lots of battle to be had.
Battles with your sanity!
Go check it out. Some awesome battles there.
It is
Worthy
a place
opponents.
that I will remember. Where is it?
To the northeast of here. Windward Plains.
Very well. I remember it well.
Okay, so what now? We're heading to Valdenor because we want to find more information, right? We want to look up these places and these symbols and try and find what they equate to and where we need to actually go.
And if we need to head to the Hollow Descent, it is en route.
Sort of. There is a mountain passing the way, and a forest.
Is there? Where is the Hollow Descent?
Well, it's directly this way, isn't it?
What, like?
In the mountains.
Oh, okay. Well, we can do that if that's.
It'll be good to touch the sky again.
We
You
can
mean for
do that.
your road to pass straight to Valdenor? Would you stop anywhere on the way?
There's not really anywhere to stop on the way.
No.
Very well. I shall accompany you then.
For a little while.
Noish. Very noish.
I fear for my descent from the mountain. His strength damage obsidian, is that permanent?
No.
Minutes.
Comes
isn't
back in the same amount of time. Yeah, it would be minutes. Be back by the end of the conversation, pretty much. It'll be 7 minutes all in all. Along with the exhaustion,
Aggressively
same again. They're all spells.
Okay.
I assume Ansel's curse.
Oh, no.
After a certain amount
Rob's
of time.
eyeing up round 2.
Is it one up yet? Go.
My stuff only lasts a single minute, so even less than that.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he would have
lasted
been.
longer
I mean,
than
he
that.
took damage.
And my
damage,
bad luck
obviously,
lasts a whole session.
Yeah. Our bad luck lasts for as long as Roll20 deems it needs to. But he'll obviously keep the damage, but otherwise everything else.
Yeah, he
stat-wise,
looks
he'll get
incredibly weary and incredibly beaten and broken. Yet his strength does return, and he says, "Then we should away from this place. I sense that night is falling, but we can still make some good headway. I remember well my route up the mountain.
We sort of remember our route up the mountain. It got weird. I had to encourage Silaster somewhat.
Do better.
Do better. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. Be better.
Just be better, all right?
Yeah, let's make our way down the mountain. Let's get back to the
Well,
necro wagon.
you're actually on your way out, and there is a figure standing there in the entryway to the sanctum, and you see Kidos immediately tense, ready for battle. It is one of those warriors that I saw before.
Yeah, don't worry.
He's another temporary ally.
Yeah.
You have returned! You have returned to Gao!
Did go.
Yeah.
What do you say to a little road trip?
What did he say he wanted? It was the children of Gower.
He wants to know where his father was. Yeah, Gower. He wants to know where Gower is.
The small man said he would divine the true resting place of my long disappeared father.
Yeah,
I say
Gower.
2 weeks and I'll divine it for you.
He lied to you. It's not here.
No, I can do it.
We can find out where. Trust him.
Oh, right. I see what you mean. I thought you meant I lied to him.
No. This guy doesn't lie. This guy knows his shit.
The half giant sort of stares you with a long a long glance, and then says, to what lands do you journey? For my kind are not seen welcome in many areas of this realm.
We're going to Valdenor.
You speak of the gleaming city. The walls of white and grey.
Mm-hmm.
They will look at me with distrust, hatred.
Yeah.
I would
Githyanki love to say that we can help
worse.
with that, but they all look at us with exactly the same, and yet we seem to get around it. We'll be fine. Actually, being with us will probably make it worse, but still.
You can give me a history check if you like.
Oh god, these have not worked out well lately. Nope.
That's all right.
17.
And so you and Obsidian, sorry, Silaster. With that, you probably tell. Valdenor probably objects, and the people we're in aren't exactly. They're not horrible people. It's not like they wouldn't accept half giants. It's more probably not that he's a half giant, that he belongs to a band of marauders is probably why they would be looked unfavorably rather than just because of what he is.
See if we can find a traveling trader that sells really big clothes, and we'll get him dressed in some,
Dress him up.
Yeah, some nice robes.
You speak of garments that may fit my physique, like the 7 foot tall.
We'll make you something. I mean, it only needs to be some sort of robe type thing, so you look more acceptable to the people of Valdenor. I'm sure we can figure something out.
You trust this Gao? I am Gao, he says, interrupting the GIF. Gao and the GIF don't stare at each other for a long time. The alliteration is nearly unbearable.
I would suggest. Trust doesn't really enter into it. Really,
I desperately have to run to the bathroom. I'll be literally 30 seconds.
Go.
Do it.
If he's longer than 30 seconds, we know he's going for a poo.
2.
Don't count him. Bless him. Right.
Yeah, trust doesn't enter into it. We have a sort of mutual desire to get some shit done. And we've offered to help.
Very well.
Gal, just while we're waiting for Xylaster to return from outside, what will you do when you find your father?
I shall learn of the secrets of Gower.
Great.
What secrets?
I mean,
Our father, Gower, the giant of stone. He has promised many secrets to the one that finds him.
oh, like a scavenger
I
hunt.
thought you... Is he dead, Gower?
Yeah, they're looking for his resting place.
Yeah.
We do not
resting
know
place
whether
doesn't
he
mean anything.
rests or whether he rests.
Oh, said so poignantly.
The stone giants have been known to lay asleep for many, many years. Just difficult to tell sometimes.
Okay,
We can find him.
great.
You will help me find Gower.
Yeah.
And his secrets will be mine.
Could be.
If you try and pilfer the secrets of Gower from me, then I shall meet you in battle once more.
Well, actually, our good friend Kiedis may need a little battle at some point, so that might work out quite well.
If the day should ever come, and the gift says, may it be swift and honourable.
I don't think it'll be either of those things if it's up against us. It will be horrible, slow, and you will be weak.
You will be weakened.
You will be weakened.
I honestly,
on the floor.
we're going to get
Attrition.
t-shirts. One day we'll have t-shirts that will say, your death will be strange, because that should be honest. That line
It will
has
not be
always stuck
honourable.
with me. It's like, your death will be strange. And so far, you have been 100% correct, Obsidian. That people die weirdly in this game. Very well. So it is then that with Kidos, the Githyanki, and
Gao, son of Gower.
Gao, son of Gower, of the children of Gower, you begin making your way down the mountain because of the fact that you and Kidos...
Strangest party.
Yeah, it's mad. Because you lot had already kind of worked your way up the mountain, I won't ask for checks to make your way back down. But the way down, it takes a considerable amount of time. And you begin on your journey along.
We also locate Brigade of Whist.
Brigade of Whist! Oh my god! so somewhere...
More NPCs than there are.
Somewhere deep in the valley, awaiting you with the necro wagon, is Brigade of Whist, who I like to think has gone through his own survival 3 shots, where he's had to try and live in these arid conditions. I'm just trying to make sure that I've got all the correct tokens now, because this Gower...
He's got a weird tattoo on his face. Nobody knows where that came from.
Let me see. Who we got? Here somewhere. Oh, that's such a pain. Okay. So whilst you're resting, we'll be wrapping up soon, but just so I'm aware, you make your way down into the valley then, and this is your first time to rest in a little while. Is there anything, whilst the three of you are sort of separate, whilst perhaps Kidos and Gower sort of maybe go off to get supplies for camp or something? Is there anything that you would like to discuss, the three of you, at all?
I think we just have to remain vigilant when it comes to him, when it comes to Kidos.
I think we have to remain vigilant when it comes to everything. We've thrown ourselves into situations where we could easily not have made it back out.
Absolutely.
Too many times lately. Including again today.
Yeah.
I was desperately trying to load up the tokens, but I don't think it's gonna. It seems to be taking quite a long time for me to. Oh, there we go. There we go. So it's not long before the Gith returns. Kidos drops down some really like sun bleached wood almost. It would be ideal for making a campfire. Perhaps you would have like said like maybe he take the evening off, but he was very insistent that he provides his own he does something to contribute, Gower, on the other hand, is just staring at Brigand of Whist, who looks at you and says, "Pardon my asking, Master Obsidian."
Yeah.
And I don't mean to sound rude. What are they?
Right. That one's a Gith.
What now?
A Gith. Extra dimensional being from the astral plane who is trying to fight off the urge to go on a murderous rampage while saving his people from the astral plane, who may also be on a murderous rampage when they get through. We're trying to put a stop to that. That one is a half giant searching for his father, who is a stone giant who has secrets that we don't know what they are. We killed the guy that was helping him beforehand. Up to speed? I don't want to lie to the guy, he's trusted.
I'm going to take your word for it, Master Obsidian. I think I'm going to have a lie down. You'll be pleased to know that Mr. Nobby and Black Whisper have been particularly well behaved.
They look really well groomed.
They do look brilliantly groomed in radical contrast to Brigand of Whist, who looks like he's inches from like passing out.
It's weird. He's got one
Maybe
blue
shove him
hand.
right off.
What's that about?
Yeah,
Got blue hand, a face tattoo. He's had some of his hair has been shaved.
I think a more hag put a curse on me, and I think I looked into a cursed hollow, and there were lots of birds. I think I angered them.
Poor Brigand of Whist.
This sounds cray-cray.
So you're around the campfire, and like night draws in. They'll do a check, but blessed be the fortune of any enemies that may surround you this evening, for they will not disturb your camp. So bolstered it is by your newfound company. I won't say allies, but newfound company.
Yeah, I think
perhaps though that isn't strictly true. I would like each of you to perform a reflex saving throw, please.
Is this a magical effect or?
It is a magical effect.
Sorry to ruin any sort of lead up to it, but say I get bonus.
27.
Oh, 15, that's poor.
I'm just stroking the nose of Mr. Nobby. I've been away from my horses for a little while. I want to give him some love.
There is a vast, fiery blaze that just erupts from your campfire. Who got the... So that was 7 for Obsidian, was it?
7, yeah.
Ansel, you just about hold your footing. Silaster, you're fine. But
from the campfire, I was
Obsidian,
over here. I was probably just making my way over there, so I was about there.
You are knocked to the ground as something just erupts out of the blaze, and before you there shines a shiny devil. And I think as a terrifying, devilish entity erupts out of the fire, I think that will be a good place for us to draw a line under it this evening.
Let's add him to the party.
So that's where we'll leave it. I will just quickly put us back onto there. Guys, that was a mixed bag of a session, I feel.
Yeah.
It was up and down. It went well towards the end. But
worrying.
It took some getting
Couldn't
there.
separate myself from the chair for a moment there.
Oh, really?
It was so tense.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant actually. I was like, we should probably help. Call someone.
You paid for the whole seat, but you're only gonna need the edge of it.
Yes. So that was yeah. I mean, I really enjoyed running that combat. I was a little bit worried at parts because I was like, there is going to be a point where he's going to like start snapping. Like his save was getting incrementally more difficult to resist. Going lethal, and only once did it break, and that happened to be sadly when Silaster took a trip into a wall.
Into a wall and at high speed.
Mike, how are you feeling? Because like I for one was genuinely like looking forward to seeing your martial artist go against this martial artist, like monk versus sage. And sadly, I think you got a bit screwed over. How are you doing about that?
It's the way it is. I think it's as a player, yes, I'd like a bit more and success with that. That was just incredibly unfortunate.
Yeah,
but I think there's something if that can work towards Silaster's development in some way. I don't know what that is yet.
I think so. Yeah.
You think it's that he's just not ready?
Well, put it this way: of all the attacks I made, only 4 hit, and 3 of those were an attack of opportunity, and the other one was just a regular hit. There was no maneuver in there whatsoever that succeeded. None at all.
It was pretty harsh. Like every time like you rolled and you were just like getting 6s and stuff. It was
yeah, man. Your rolls were so consistently low. It was just really bad luck.
Really bad luck.
It's just the way of it sometimes. Roll20 just kind of goes, you're gonna have a bad session today.
Yeah.
Today you're gonna have a really rough time.
When we're able to get on to Roll20, that is. Which is why we started late as well. Yeah.
Roll20 heard us cussing it out earlier on.
Yeah.
Fucking Roll20. And it was like,
now.
They're complaining about the service. Make their game
don't
awful.
complain or I'll screw
I know why. It's because I inquired if you were using Chrome. And it's like, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yes, I use Chrome.
Penalise your rolls for the session.
Any further thoughts on the session, Mike, before we move on to someone else? I thought I'd go to you first because it was just savage, those rolls.
It was savage. Like, the actual development and the roleplay elements, great. Nice to see where that's going. Character development, something. But we'll see how that develops.
Yeah, I'm curious. He seemed really annoyed.
He's switched.
Yeah.
Just for a second.
Yeah. Let's answer Dom. Any thoughts or feelings before we wrap up today?
I'm just disappearing down several different rabbit holes of conspiracy and red herrings. Is that the phrase it is? Isn't it?
Yeah, there might be some red herrings. Yeah,
real clues, and just trying to put them together, and probably without enough information. But I quite enjoy that. So I'm enjoying. Enjoyed that bit today.
You've definitely uncovered a lot of information this session, which I've been looking forward to. Like we have the main threat, the main thrust now. It's just about answering it now. Really good idea on the getting rid of the spell resistance. Like you clocked that pretty early on. I know you might have just been trying it out, but I was like, did I give something away? Like you were like, I'm going to go after that immediately, and I was like,
I would have never even considered to go for that. That was genius because they just looked too big and bad to even attempt to try.
I think it's probably like from a player point of view, it was because I didn't think I could hurt the Githyanki, so I was just trying things. But from a character point of view, I think it's more of a he's got. There's been a few times where he just seems to understand how things work a bit better than most people, like how that sort of magical things relate to each other. He seems to have a innate understanding.
Yeah, I love that. It was awesome you did that. And also, I think really helped turn the tide because I think we've got to give full credit to Obsidian for that fight.
Yeah. He's the only one doing anything to the fucking...
Wow.
Well,
and it turned, like, within a round or two it turned, you know?
Yeah. But I was really struggling to get the rolls past the spell resistance, so I wouldn't have been able to do it if that thought process hadn't come about in the first place. But I got some... That's a new thing, combining double ray of exhaustion. So even if it fails, you get him on the second one.
Yeah.
Is awesome. He's really good. It does use 2 of my top level spells though, so it's not
it's
an every fight
for
type
now,
of thing.
At least, yeah.
But it's pretty badass as a maneuver. But
any thoughts or feelings? I realise we've sort of moved to you, Matthew, to round us off. Anything that you'd like to? Anything in particular that you've stumbled across this session?
Lots of kind of information, lots of things to research further and look into further. It's all a bit. I'm struggling to put it together in my head at the moment, but I'm sure it will. It'll become more cohesive as we go. I have sort of thoughts, but yeah, I think it's on a larger scale now, right? I kind of see it. Like, you know how in every fight we lose, and then we strategically weaken them until we're now able to win. I feel like now that's what we need to do on a large scale for the entire thing. Like, they're tough as nails, and now we need to strategically weaken them across the board until we can take out the big guys.
Yeah, it's a great way of putting it. Fantastic way.
So that's kind of where I'm at.
Nice one.
For now, so...
Fantastic. Well, in that case then, that leaves me nothing more to say other than for those of you watching live, thank you ever so much for dropping by. As ever, we really appreciate you following us, so more people can watch us and enjoy the sessions live. That would be fantastic on Twitch.
Yeah, if we can give you Mike's postcode if that helps, so you can just...
We'll give you Mike's postcode.
Find him in person.
Yeah. We'll give you Mike's postcode. Yeah, just find him anywhere. And of course, for those watching on YouTube as well, I do appreciate you watching. Please give us a like if you like this video, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of it, or indeed if you would like to see more of Mike up close and personal.
So it continues.
That's what the channel will be from now on. It'll just be
he'll sell you pegs.
Mike living his life.
He'll sell you pegs. That's a deep cut. So for all of us here, Roll the Bones, thanks for watching, and like I say, yeah, roll the bones. That's usually what we say. It's not going away.
It's not going away.
It's not going away. It still isn't. There we go.
It's just there. It just stays.
It's still there, and we're still
on.
We're still on.
There.
We're still on.
We're fading.
Just leave it.
There.